Well, hello everyone, and welcome to episode 85 of the Yorkshire Gamers Are Reet Big Wargames podcast. And it's the podcast within a podcast. It is Brews in the Binyard Summer Special. And Sean couldn't make it this time, but I am joined by my regular guests, Alex Sotheran from Storm of Steel and Iain McDonald from Flags of War, to chew the wargaming fat as we always do at this time of year. Well, you might have noticed it's been a while since I've done a podcast, and the last two or three I've done have been a short version as well. So it's a long time since I've done a good old 3.5, 4 hour episode. But I've not let you down with this Brews in the Binyard episode. And as you'll hear during the course of this podcast, I got a little bit stuck on a birthday version of the podcast that just didn't quite work out, that I've now ditched. So I hope that I'm going to get the mojo back and I'm going to start putting more podcasts out on a regular basis. Get the one old episode out that I've had hanging around for ages. Get some new guests on. Go out and visit a few people that I've promised to go and see, and get some more shows for you at the back end of the year. So, with this episode, if this is your first time ever listening to a Yorkshire Game podcast, I'd probably turn around and go and try one of the other ones, because this is the Brews in the Binyard, and those of you who are listening are probably smirking because you know what's coming, but those of you who are new will not. So the Brews in the Binyard is very different from the normal podcast. We really let our hair down. We have a go at anything that we fancy having a go at. There's a lot of swearing. That's just how I talk in the normal world. I back it off, would you believe, on the other podcasts, but in this one, I just say what I think. So, if you are easily offended, if you think your favourite set of medieval skirmish rules are brilliant and completely unattackable, then I'd turn off and go somewhere else. But this is supposed to be fun. There's a bit of a character play in this, and it is really about us having a laugh and a joke. Imagine three mates sat round the table at your local pub talking about their favourite hobby, and that's what that is. So if you're going to take offence, you really are on the wrong show. But I know there's loads of you out there who love this Brews in the Binyard format. So sit down, a pint of beer, some shortbread for Iain, and a bag of fish and chips, and enjoy the next 3.5 hours or so. I know you will. So, without further ado, here's the absolute disaster that's Brews in the Binyard. You get a little countdown on the screen. I'm doing that. I'm doing that 3, 2, 1 that you used to do with Dusty Bin. I once did that in front of the games teacher at school, and I got my 2 the wrong way around.
It was always 50% whether you were going to get it or not, wasn't
it? my arse twanged for a few days after getting spanked. I tell you, fucking hell. Anyway, I've not done a podcast for a while, so I can't remember what I'm doing really. But I've got 2 mates along to help me. Just keep me in the right track. There's no big story. There's no fucking song or any of that shit this time because I've not prepared anything. I'll do one at Christmas, I promise. But I am joined by 2 of the 3 other regulars on Brews in the Binyard, and that is Mr. Rotherham, 1983, and the face of Hendo's, the face of Warlord Games, Mr. Alex Sotheran. Hello, sir.
Yeah, apparently I'm a shill for Warlord these days. And somebody had to tell me because I didn't realise I was, but here we are.
We'll hear the story in a minute, and once again we're joined by Tiny's erect tail, which makes Alex looks extremely funny.
Well, she was just showing you my arse. She was just showing you her arse, not my arse, which you missed. So
just as well as on camera.
Thankfully, people can only hear this rather than actually see it.
Yeah. Episode 85 featuring Tiny Arse. Excellent.
That's a very different podcast.
It is a very different podcast, indeed. And also joining us, fresh from a Border Reivers weekend, I believe, which you'll no doubt tell us about.
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, it's not yet. Oh,
Well,
No,
screw that
it's
bit
not
up then. Is Mr. Iain McDonald from Flags of War himself. Welcome again, Ian.
Thanks for having us again, man. Can't believe it's been nearly 6 months since the last one.
6 months, yeah.
It sounds, yeah.
Well, I liked it. The disclaimer you got in there because I seen you getting called out for not doing any podcasts. So
We're all getting it from all sides, aren't we, at this point?
Yeah, we're getting absolutely. Well, just wait till we get onto the fucking World Cup before we can start talking about idiots.
I can feel it brewing right now.
You wonder why anyone contributes to his stuff.
Well,
speak about your patrons.
No, I don't have patrons. That's why I don't have patrons, because
they are your patrons. So you are. But they're keeping this going. They're keeping the numbers up.
Nobody's gonna pay me £5 a month to call them a fucking idiot, are they? Might do.
Separate the wheat from the chaff pretty quick, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, I've got £1,000 this month, right? You're all a fucking idiot. I owe £20 this month.
Ken with an OnlyFans.
Yeah,
it will be only fan, not only fans.
Oh dear me. So somebody was worried about me, bless them, because I hadn't done a podcast in a while. And as I explained on Facebook, and I'll mention it on here, I had this brilliant idea, and I do have brilliant ideas, but very rarely do I have the willpower to carry them through. And this one was a classic, because what I was going to do a 5th birthday party, and I was going to go in and I was going to pick all like the best comments, the best stories and everything from all 84 episodes. And it was such a massive ball ache that I lost the will to live after about putting 35 minutes of content together, because nothing's on my computer, everything's in some fucking cloud somewhere. So I've got to download it, so that takes 20 minutes. Then I've got to search through 3.5 hours of me talking bollocks to find the actual bit that I want. Then lift it out, then edit it into a sequence of all the other stuff I've edited out, and it was just taking forever.
It does, doesn't it? And going back and listening to the stuff that you've already done, or rewatching it in my case, I don't know exactly how you feel. It's like you cannot be bothered after the first hour or so, can you? It's a real trudge, even though you're retired now and you've got nothing else to do.
I can remember some really good bits. I mean, the classic is John Lander. I think it was episode 10, and he was telling us the story about when he got a 74-foot table at Salute and somebody picked on his Panzer IV because it was the wrong model. And he just said, I haven't fucking bothered, have I? Which is one of my favourite stories of all time. But it's like, it took me ages to find it. So anyway, so if you're looking forward to the birthday party episode, you're going to be very, very disappointed because it's been binned. It's been binned. But I'm going to do the Wargames Time Machine because that has been all recorded now, thankfully. So we've got an action-packed show this evening. And the second part of the show, it's all about the World Cup of Wargames, historical Wargames rules. And we'll be doing the draw. Have you got your ball bags?
I've also got my numbers.
I went to get these actually before the show, and I got them from my Arkham Horror card game collection. And it shows you how long I haven't actually touched that, because the numbered things that I needed were all right on the top of the pile. So I've just not touched it since whenever we last did this.
December? No, it was last year, wasn't it?
It was a year ago. Yeah, it was summertime. Yeah.
So we've got the excitement of the draw for that, and lots of slagging off members of the public because. Well, we'll get to that bit later on. And then I hadn't got any questions, so I put out for questions less than 24 hours before the recording, and I got absolutely fucking battered.
Absolutely. I saw it. Madness.
It was like a chicken had walked through the door at KFC. What the fuck? So your questions may or may not get answered. But in the first bit, we as we always do, we have a little bit of a catch up, a little bit of a chat about a couple of things in the wargaming hobby that have gone on. And I thought that we'd start with Iain tonight because Iain, although he probably doesn't realise it, has got the biggest news for all of us because a set of figures that we have been talking about for fucking 27 years and 6 months, 3 days have they been released? Are they there? Can I buy them?
Not yet. Maybe next week. I'm hopefully have them out.
You're
next
holding
week.
off on him, Iain.
So I've got them sorted. So yep, we do have the Prince's lifeguard ready. I've got them painted for the game.
It's like all
Saturday.
12 figures or something, is it?
Yeah, so I've done them as 2 bases, which is probably way over what they normally are. But they don't actually ever feature in the battle, so
but you've done them now, haven't you? That's the thing.
They just look good. So I've got them. I've got them on the table behind me. They've been painted. If you want to see them, 2 seconds.
Yeah. That'll be perfect for an audio podcast.
I was going to say this is great for the listeners out there.
And now he's fucking lost a week. Just for the listeners, we can see him fucking wandering around the background. He can't find them.
I don't have them. I've put them in a box. I'll show you them later. I'll put them on the internet.
So listeners, when you listen to this,
can you send us a photograph of them?
Yes.
Excellent.
Are they? So I've painted them up for the game. I've got the big game on Saturday.
Is that at the Border Reavers show?
No. So on Saturday, which will be the 6th of June when this is out, is Carronade in Scotland, which is probably one of my favourite shows now. And it's in a new venue, so it's got a very bigger venue. And the guys from the Falkirk Wargames show club are they're adding quite a lot more that we probably don't ever have in Scotland. They've actually got guest speakers and stuff at the show.
Oh wow!
A lot of shows are doing that, aren't they, these days? They seem to be kind of moving in that way.
It's a good thing. I would like to see them, but I'm obviously going to be doing the game, so that's probably the bit I'll be like,
that's when the interesting ones are on. Whereabouts is it in? Sorry, just to interrupt.
It's in Falkirk.
Okay.
So it's the Falkirk guys put it on. It was in Graham High last year, and I think it's Falkirk High this year. I'm not too sure. I think it's a different school. They're basically holding it, and this year it's a lot bigger. Previously, the show was in 2 different halls and upstairs, so it was quite complicated at times. Still a good venue, and probably, as I say, a really, really good show in my opinion. The guys at Falkirk do unbelievable job. And this year's a new venue, and I'm actually putting on, based on the 275th anniversary, I'm putting on the Battle of Falkirk.
Oh, did you get? Have you got everything finished, mate? Because you've been working on that, I know, for a long time.
Well, I've got 2 bases of figures still to do.
Right. No pressure.
They'll be finished. So they're all big units, big table, 5. I think it's roughly about 5 to 6 foot by 14 foot.
Nice.
Wow.
It'll be every single unit that was there on the day of the battle. This is the biggest battle of the Jacobite Rebellion as well. So, and it was in a horrible January day in 1746. But it's a very interesting battle compared to the other 2. Preston Pans is a bit of a rollover on the Jacobite side, and then the Battle of Culloden's a little bit of a massacre from the government side. So this is quite evenly matched. Both, in terms of the battle, both of them didn't even know who really won until the next day. The Jacobites are kind of argued that the Jacobites won the battle. They won the field, certainly, but ultimately couldn't hold Falkirk. So people question whether or not was it an actual victory, because they end up leaving. So doing that on Saturday should be good.
Is that a one-off, Iain, or are you going to be taking it to Claymore?
No, so at Claymore I'm going to be putting on the Border Reavers game. So I'm not going with the big game, but I'm kind of makes it. I've put so much effort into it. I'm kind of like, it would be a shame not to do it somewhere else. Not too sure I'd be able to get get in the door at other partisan or anything. So I'm not even too sure if I'm going to make the other partisan yet. So I don't want to commit. It's a weekend. It's a weekend before there's like school holidays in October. That's a weekend of our October week. And the wife and I are thinking about taking the kids away, but she was like, "Oh, we could go away on the Friday." And I was like, right, I can't do partisan then, that's off. And then she's like, "Oh, maybe we'll just go away on the Tuesday." I was like, "Oh, partisan."
Oh, yeah.
I was like, "Here we go."
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Let's do that.
That's so much better. Yeah. So, not fully committed as yet, but so yeah. As I say, I've got every unit. They're all big units. Some of them, what are we talking? There's 7 bases in some of the large Highland units. So 42-man units for the large ones.
Nice.
Of Highlanders, some, and there's some large units on the government side, mostly the government Highlanders, who were made up of some of the Loudons Regiment and the Black Watch and some Argyll Militia, and then you had some of the Glasgow Loyalist Regiment that were termed, but they were basically just like a militia. They were pretty useless, just dirty, really.
Is that a reflection on Glasgow, or is that just the way they were?
Well, it's not. They weren't a regiment. They were just basically contributed by the city. When I say Glasgow, they're pretty much just called the Loyalist Brigade.
No, don't want to fight.
The Glaswegians, I think you'd have thought they wanted to fight.
Yeah, I'm not too sure at this point in time, because most of them seem to have been given by probably the more affluent members of the city. Probably the workers and stuff under them. It seems to have been the Glasgow, Paisley, and Edinburgh guys kind of merged together as a loyalist brigade, or battalion. But they proved to be pretty useless. Not much training. There doesn't seem to be much in terms of a militia at this period. In Glasgow, anyway, certainly.
And then you've got this Border Reavers event, which I thought you'd already done, but it's coming up. So when's that?
That's on the 20th and the 21st. So it's actually going to be the Armstrong family gathering, which are they call it the Armstrong clan. It's not really. The Borders probably don't really call themselves clans. But yeah, so it's going to be in Gilnockie Tower, which is an old Border Reaver tower.
Nice.
So having it in an actual peel tower, if you want to call it, from that period is absolutely insane. So the company behind the tower have been really promoting things over the last few years, doing reenactment displays, and so they're doing this whole weekend. So I'll be down on the Saturday and the Sunday with the game. How much I actually need to do, I'm not too sure yet, because it's not a war game show. It's not gamers. What those people are going there for is probably not to spend far too much time around one section. So playing a game. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect, but it seemed like too good an opportunity to miss out on.
So what is it? What is it like an open day or something kind of thing?
Yeah, so they call it the Armstrong Gathering,
right.
And ultimately it's they look out to get all Armstrong members to come from around the world. Whether how many of them do, but it is an open day. It's not like it's just the Armstrongs. They call it that because that's it. That was their home. That was the Armstrong's tower home.
Yeah.
So I know that there's like photos from the 60s and stuff, and it's got like Neil Armstrong. He did like a world tour, and he's there in the tower.
Oh, okay.
He went to see it because obviously being an Armstrong, and there's lots of.
Fuck the moon. Let's get over to that tower.
One small step for man. One giant leap for
I'm not too
Armstrong.
sure Lance Armstrong gets an invite, but yeah.
It got to be brilliant. You could get like little kids in trolleys at the back of his drug-fueled cycle.
Yeah.
And they'd be,
There's going to be.
Sorry.
What about Stretch Armstrong? Is he going to be there?
I know Stretch Armstrong. I had one of them as a kid.
Oh, legendary toy.
But so I'm looking forward to it. I don't know how busy it's going to be. We'll see. Really, I'm taking the game down. I was thinking about staying down that way, but I'm actually just going to go down and then just drive down. It's about an hour and a bit drive. And
so whereabouts geographically is it? I don't recognise the name of the town.
As you head down towards Dumfries, basically.
Right.
It's not as far as Dumfries, but it's down as you go that way. You would basically bypass it. If you were going from Glasgow down to England, you'd go that direction basically.
I'll probably be past it. So I do quite a lot of stuff over at Kirkcudbright, which is in Dumfries.
Yeah.
So on the A74, so I'll probably be around it without knowing about it.
Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful tower. I think the last time I went to it was actually closed. They still had COVID restrictions in place. It hasn't been opened yet. So it'll be good to go back and actually get in the place, see it. And there's going to be reenactors and everything there. The Tividale Steel Bonnet guys go. They're great. They do a lot. Border Reaver stuff, and I think there's quite a lot of other stuff on. So I'm looking forward to it. See how it goes over 2 days. And I've told the wife that maybe they can come down because it's actually Father's Day on the Sunday, and I'm telling her I'm not seeing the kids. I'm going to go down to the borders and play a game. So that went down well. Yeah, that went.
Other than the bodyguard, any other flags of war news?
Yeah, so
you started some Italian war stuff, haven't you?
Yeah, some of the flags. It's an absolute minefield. It's, jeez, man, what a period to get your head around.
I'll just tell you the ones I need, and then
tell me the ones you need, man. That helps so much in terms of the ones that I need, because
Imperial cavalry, German Imperial cavalry. Nobody does it.
You're always trying to focus on things, and then you're like going, no, you're looking into the Italians, and so I'm like, right, we'll get some of the Italian states, some of the stuff that you see at Pavia, right? Okay, then you're going, right, what next? And then you start breaking it down into all these different people who were before they were popes and stuff, and then they've got versions of their flags when they were popes, and you're just like, what the hell, man? It just goes on, and there's all these different players, different mercenary units, and you're just like, oh my god, I don't want to do these death standards, because Medici's death standards, because he's not dead at that point.
As Ken will tell you.
At least you know that.
You've not shut up about it.
I think everybody knows about it at this point.
But even just trying to find some of the information can be quite complex.
I knew the guy wasn't dead before I even knew who the guy was.
Yeah. It's one of those periods where you literally just cannot find some stuff out. So you just have to make the best educated guess. And then some fucking moron from arse end of nowhere goes, and you're wrong again. And he wasn't dead, he was just half alive. Anyway.
So, yeah,
is that how they talk?
They all talk like that, Alex. All of them.
Busy. With the lifeguard, there's stuff coming out for the cohorn mortars. So those, they had cohorn mortars at Culloden. So pretty much a requirement to kind of finish up the range. It probably is getting to a stage that the range is kind of complete in terms of what's needed. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop. I will probably. There's other things that I could probably want that aren't necessary. But yeah, there's lots coming. I've got umpteen sets for Border Wars. I've got a set that kind of closely resembles figures, or what I would imagine the figures would look like from the books Dish of Spurs. A great set. It's a great set of books. who doesn't want a one-armed border reaver? And if you read the book, you should read the books if you haven't, because they're absolutely fantastic. It wasn't until I'd read them and I seen somebody's description of the books and basically went, somebody's just rewritten True Grit. I was like, oh, I kind of see where you're going. But set in the border reaver time, it's pretty much True Grit. But yeah, I've done the figures from that. I've got a whole set of new Irish figures coming for the Elizabethan period and stuff. They could probably pass as Highlanders as well in this period. Could be used for the likes of that. Kind of still working on Border Wars version 2. It's kind of complete. Just need to start getting it reviewed and hopefully taking that forward with a brand new starter set that will probably come as a box set. What else have we got? Anything else? And we've still got the Smugglers game that I've mentioned before. Even that's no closer, but I've literally sat on about 40 figures for it.
Well, you've been busy. I'll give you that.
And working and try to
looking after kids.
My 3 crazy kids. My dog, the 21-year-old's not that much better behaved than the 2 younger ones. And we've actually booked up for a holiday. We're coming down to Yorkshire.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
It's a big place.
We didn't want to go. We didn't want to go abroad.
So you went to fucking Yorkshire.
You wanted to go somewhere where you wouldn't be able to understand the language anyway.
Yeah, we're going camping just outside York.
Oh, nice.
All right, nice. Well, you have to let us know when you're there, mate. We'll pop over and have a pub lunch or something. It's not that far away.
Take the kids into Jorvik Centre and stuff.
Don't forget, you can shoot a Scotsman from the walls.
Yeah, keep your mouth shut while you're inside the walls of York.
I make sure that I leave by that time frame. So yeah, we'll probably do a couple of things while we're there. We were looking at, is it Gulliver's theme park down just south of York?
Yeah.
Going to go there. I wasn't too sure if I was going to go Eden Camp. We did that the last time when we took Amy. We went Eden Camp and she quite enjoyed it, but she was a little bit older than what the boys are just now. Kind of feels like I could take them there and they would be just like, okay, whatever. What was World War II? And I don't think like the last time we went, I took Amy and the wife to Marston Moor and they kind of just went, it's just a field. And I was like, yeah, you're pretty much right.
To be fair to him, he's right, yeah.
Yeah, I turned up and I was like, it is just a field. There's a tree over there, they say Cromwell stood at, and they're like, what?
When are we going to the pub?
Yeah, it's not exactly an interactive visitor centre there.
Is it at all?
So yeah, so the two of them weren't impressed, so I don't think I'll get away with it again this time.
Royal Armouries isn't bad if you got
that's
kids.
not far away. It's half an hour away from York. Royal Armouries in Leeds.
Yeah. So yeah, we're kind of looking for things to do. We're going down. I think it's 4 nights or 4 or 5 days. We're down just camping. The boys love the camping, so we didn't want to do the whole hot holiday. It's still a little bit too much for them. But we're thinking about doing it in October when it will be a bit cooler. So this year it was like, let's do more camping. In York, we did the last time we came, we went to the Bird of Prey Centre. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
that was really good. I love Birds of Prey. I've got tattoos of them and stuff, so I got to feed a baby eagle there the last time.
Nice.
I was telling the boys about it. This didn't look like a baby. This thing was up to my waist, and I'm 6'2", and this it couldn't fly yet, so it's on the ground, walking basically. This baby eagle, and I had to feed it baby chicks, full baby chicks.
Oh God!
And it was swallowing them whole.
Nice.
And it ate 8 of them. and that's sitting with me, and she's like, the lady's like, "Oh, she's hungry today," and I'm like, "Oh, is she?"
Okay, where's my arm?
Take your arm. Yeah, I was going to take your arm off.
Yeah, this thing was giant.
Yeah, so
looking
boroughs and
forward to it.
badges, eagles.
Got nothing on it.
Quite right. Peregrine falcons. That's what
Eight
I've got
raw
tattooed on
chicks.
my leg. Big peregrine.
Eat raw chicken. Alex, what are you up to, mate? Have you been eating raw animals?
No, nothing like that, unfortunately. Sounds like an interesting hobby, but no, nothing at all, really. Same as really, Ken. Just trugging along, the usual thing.
The usual thing.
Yeah. I'm slow. I keep watching my my numbers on my channel, and I think currently I'm about 800 subscribers off 20,000.
Oh,
So
me.
I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do for the 20,000 subscriber click over, but yeah, it'll be nice to actually achieve it in the next couple of months if I can. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, tell me about it. I know.
That is when you need to show your arse.
Yes, that's it. That is my only fan. That's he'll be on there. That'll suddenly cut the subscriber numbers.
You fucking lot listening out there. I've got 3,513. Get subscribing, you.
Yeah, get on Ken's channel.
I'll swear at you and abuse you for free.
Yeah, he'll just call you names.
Yeah, you won't stick around.
But
yeah, apart from that,
you need to check if you've got like what your retention period is actually of your listeners is, Ken. How long you keep them for? It's probably quite a high turnover. That's probably why you're
5
not
minutes,
getting
2 minutes.
Well, I can imagine that there's quite a high turnover in the first bit. Like when I call people dickheads and stuff, and then there are people who get the humour and they stay because the numbers have stayed remarkably up since day one with the podcast. So
it's just me and Alex.
Just two.
Episode 85. You think they'd understand? I just feel sorry for the people who come in and listen to Brews in the Binyard first.
Yeah. It's not really a good introduction to the rest of the podcast, is it?
And they go, "What the fuck?
What's this nonsense?"
Sorry, Alex, I interrupted.
It's all right, don't worry. That's what this is all about, isn't it? That's why people don't listen to it. But at the moment you're probably seeing anyway. From a hobby point of view, I've been doing a lot of the ships for Full Nelson. The Warlord
stuff. You got free from Warlord.
That's right. Dex actually asked me. He said, "What do you prefer, Ken? To get freebies or to get the occasional award?" I had to ask that for Dex.
Let's here be noted in the record that I didn't mention the fucking award first. I never mentioned it. Now you have mentioned it. Very nice.
You did get an award, didn't you?
I did.
But we'll come to that. We'll come to that.
You can see them up there.
Oh yeah. Look at you with your awards.
Still
no upside down.
We'll come I've been playtesting thingy Full Nelson, and what's upset you even more is that I got a load of other free stuff from Battlefront just the other day as well. They sent me a load of stuff through, so that's. And they're going to send me some more as well, so that's nice. And then my mate Simon saw that I was doing the ships from Warlord, so he sent me his lockdown project that never got off the ground, which is I've actually got it written down here because I was trying to work out how many of these things I've got. It's 15 frigates, 16 brigs, and 11 third-rate ships, plus about 3 ships of renown. So I think Sovereign's in there, and a couple of French ships as well.
So what's this game? Is this different from Black Seas?
Yes, it's basically it's Charlie Walker's been touting his game around the shows for the last couple of years. Naval game. It's going to get published.
Kiss Me Hardy.
Kiss Me Hardy, yes. Kiss Me Hardy 2.
Which I think they're going to call it Full Nelson or something.
The Full Nelson, yeah. So it's kind of as far away from the Kiss Me Hardy as you can get at this point, though. It's totally different. It's a lot more streamlined. It's a little bit more like What a Tanker and What a Cowboy in that you've got command dice that you roll, but they're split into leadership, sailing, and gunnery, and then that allows you to do stuff in your turn, basically, like, turn the ship or fire your guns or reload your guns or whatever, and then they also disappear as the ship gets damaged. So it's kind of, the more you go, the more that's happening, the more you've got to kind of manage your resources. And it fits into my 3 periods rule because it's Napoleonic. So, and it means I've kind of been diving into the period for a little bit, because I've got the Chris Adkin book on Trafalgar. I don't know if you've seen that, the complete Trafalgar Companion. I got that, a little treat for myself, and it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant book, even if you've only got a slight interest in Napoleonic sailing period. But I've really been enjoying making those models as well, because I asked you, Ken, didn't I, about how you did your bases. And I've just really been enjoying it. One of the things is I've been putting these pictures up, and I put the picture up of the stuff that Simon sent me, and everyone and his dog, every woman and his dog, everybody and their dog has told me that I'm going to hate doing the rigging. It's like, well, I've been rigging First World War aircraft for about 2 decades at this point, so I'm pretty used to it. It's just a slightly different type of rigging.
I actually
enjoy it.
Are you doing the standing rigging and the moving rigging, or just the standing rigging?
Just the standing rigging, just the basic stuff. I'm not going mad.
You're not doing all the, because the standing rigging is black or dark, and the moving rigging is light, and that's the one that goes through the chocks and allows you to move your sails and stuff.
That's right. Yeah, I'm not doing any of that. I'm doing just the basic, because they're models for playing with. They're not. Yeah. If it was like a ship that I was building as an actual model to go on display, I'd do as much rigging as I could face.
Well, I'll just tell a quick story. When I did mine in the Langton era many years ago.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, and I used to sit watching TV on a night time with a needle and thread doing all the rigging. And after about 2 or 3 weeks, my missus said, "Oh, you're getting really good at that." And I said, "Oh, thanks, love." And you're like, "No, you started off with 16 bastards, 3 twats and a fuck, and now you're down to 3 bastards."
Well, I found the key to rigging is actually dip the thread, the Warlord thread stuff, double it up, and then dip it into super glue and let it dry. Okay. And it dries. It's not stiff, but it's not floppy like it is when it's not covered in super glue.
It's not as stiff as Tiny's tail.
Yeah, it's not as stiff as Tiny's tail. But it's not as floppy as Tiny's tail either.
Oh,
but it's
in between.
Yeah. But that works. That works perfectly. But then I seem to have triggered a lot of people by buying some jigs as well for making rat lines.
I did see that.
Yeah, people like, again, freaking out about it because, and it literally took 20 minutes to make about 10 rat lines out of it. It's really simple, dead easy. Just literally wrap.
You needed a V cut rather than a straight cut.
Apparently so, yeah.
I was just, what the fuck?
God almighty. Back up.
You used to be able to buy like A4 squares of like mesh from Langton, but you just cut the lines out. Yeah. That was obviously a small 1/7. Can't remember what Langton is. 2400, is it?
Something like that. Yeah,
and because the Warlord ships are at least 2, if not 3 times bigger.
1/700.
Yeah.
So they're just bigger. Slightly smaller than what is what's that, 2 mil or something, I think, for the figures on the thing, isn't it? But yeah, they're really, really lovely ships. The models themselves are really nice. And they're a pleasure to put together as well. Because, I was a modeler before I was a wargamer. So it's kind of like in my blood to make things and put stuff together. I just like it. And they just go together so nice. And they're so well detailed. They're lovely. And, here I am shilling for Warlord, of course. Because, that's what I do these days. But I was very very chuffed that they sent me a box out.
Are they? Sorry, go Ian, go, mate.
No, I was going to say you said it's quite similar to water tankers. Was it at that low level, or is it more?
It's probably like going to be probably more like you could do a massive game with it, but you'd be looking at probably 3 or 4 ships a side.
Oh, okay.
Depends on how many people you've got.
Well, the only reason I was asking because I've always I don't really know much about naval warfare or naval gaming, but I've always wanted to do it. There was some minor skirmish battles, if we want to call it, with the Jacobites. Well, basically French Navy try to land in the arm, some of the different units, and even try to land the Prince. And I've always wanted to do that low level, and you're talking about two ships aside almost in some of the battles. So it was so I always wanted to do it, but do it in quite large scale ships.
Yeah,
whether 28 mil or 15 mil size.
I don't know enough about naval warfare to say whether how far back the rules would stretch.
This is the thing. So for me, I'm like, what in terms of gaming, I'm just really wanting to move a ship and fire guns. I'm like, does that differ between 1805 and 1745? In my head, probably it's not my head. It's like, no, it doesn't matter. But some people will tell you there probably is a difference. But I'm like, I don't really care. I'm firing cannons. I'm moving a bow. That's about all I need to do.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the ships that were around in the Napoleonic period have been around for a good 20 years plus anyway, hadn't they? And they were in service for a long time. So, yeah, I can't imagine there's a massive difference. But, yeah, like you say, it's probably somebody screaming at the thing right now saying, no, you don't know what you're talking about, and there's huge differences. So, but if you just want to move some figures about, some ships about, then, go for it. But, yeah, they're play testing at the moment. So I've been.
I don't have any ships. Oh, I do. I've got STLs for some ships that I'd printed out, and I did them in quite large scale. But I've also obviously there's a company, Printable Scenery, does the 28 mil ships.
Okay.
And they're huge. I've got a couple of them. They're absolutely. They're huge ones, and I've always wanted to do them. And I'm like, I could maybe, if I was to do a game at a show, the idea would be like just a handful of these ships, just blowing the shit out each other. That's ultimately what all they did. They just chased each other, blew the shit at each other, and fucked off back home.
But yeah, the rules themselves are very, very simple. You pick it up pretty quick. I mean, we played. I think I played 4 games of it now. 3 of those were with people who've never played before, and within a couple of moves, everybody understood what was happening and how you do stuff. But that's the same. That's the same with every 2000 Lardy stuff. It's always about the rules themselves are pretty simple, but it's the nuances of the decisions that you're making whilst you're playing the games that makes it complex. And this is very much within that stable of games, and it feels good. It's good fun.
I played it at Hammerhead.
Oh yeah,
with Charlie.
And
I've got to say, I quite enjoyed it. It is, as you say, Alex, it's for people who maybe don't have or don't want to play the real nitty gritty of a naval battle. I'm used to playing signal close action, Rob Langton's set of rules where you're stripping people out and putting them on boats, and organising boarding, and there's 5 different sail sets and 16 or 32 compass points. Can't remember. There's a lot of them, I love that sort of stuff.
But when that's the tradition, though, isn't it? Isn't it? Of naval games, that's the tradition. Is that nitty gritty kind of thing. Whereas
when I played it, there was only a couple of bits where I went, "Hey, hang on a minute."
Do you need to give your orders with a whistle?
But I think it's kind of your boundaries of a +1 in that are quite big. Whereas when you're playing with a more granular level of signal close action, tiny differences can make. But you've got to know what you're doing. You can have people who are trying to. It literally is a real task to sail a Spanish ship in signal close action, because they were dreadful, because they never got out of port, because the Brits are always just outside waiting. Go on then, come out. But no, we like oranges. No, they're not come. So but I enjoyed it. And I think it'll be good for Napoleonic naval gaming to get people into it, and then people either enjoy the game as it is, or if they want to explore a little bit further more into the detail and the granular stuff that signal close action gives, then maybe they'd do that. Anything to get people into naval ball game.
But that's the thing. I mean, yeah, there's already loads of naval rules out there, isn't there? So, like you say, just getting the Black Seas starter set, you get a set of rules in it, and a bunch of ships that you can play with. So you've got another set of rules that way, and then, as you said, there are plenty of other ones out there. I mean, even Kiss Me Hardy, the original, is a lot more granular, way more granular than what a Too Far Lardy's game would be nowadays. But it is like probably 20 years old. I played it years ago. Ebor Lard, I think Charlie was running it. And I played it with the first Steel Lard as well. And I found it very granular at the time. And just thinking, you're checking everything off, and damage and all that kind of stuff is being checked off. This is just a lot more streamlined. Things are a bit more abstracted. And there's going to be people that don't like that, of course.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be people that, like me, that are looking for something that's nice and easy to get into, that gives you a feel of the flavour of the period. That happy days. So, and then if you don't like it, try something else.
No, as I said, it's probably not the set of rules for me, but I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
As I do with most Lardy games, it's very rarely that I don't enjoy a Lardy game. It just doesn't necessarily fit in with my 2,500 figures on a table mentality that I seem to can't get out of. But there we go. You were going to shout out a couple of events.
Speaking of Lard, yeah. Just before we go on, Dex had asked me to shout out for Steel Lard. He's been organising that for a while now. Dex. That's on the 14th of November, 2026. There is still space, I think, he's looking to gather up some names of games and things, and then also participants as well. So that's in Sheffield. I think it's at Patriot Games. I think. I don't think we changed the venue this time, so it's going to be the same place it was.
Yeah.
I've put down for Charlie Don't Surf. I said I'd run a game of that because you very rarely see it, apart from when John Savage decides to start stamping on everybody else's toes and doing it at parties on. Swine. And then there was, in a couple of weeks, I'm not going to this one, but there's West Midlands and that's down in...
Oh, they've not thought about the name for that, have they?
They haven't.
Oh.
But that's
when you've got the competition of Steel Lard and Ebor Lard and all the other fantastic...
West Midlands, West Midlands. I don't know. Yeah.
That reminds me, remember the conversations we've had about fucking boring Wargames clubs names?
Well, I don't know when this is going to go out, but I'm actually not making it. But Deep Fried Lard's actually on the 13th of June this year.
Oh, okay. It'll be out before then.
Yeah, so some of the guys that still organise it, used to always be Derek Hodge that organised it before he passed away.
Derek,
I was actually one of the guys that I'm gaming with on Saturday, Nickel. He's actually putting a game on a cowboy, I think it is. I'm giving him a loan of a lot of my Old West figures, but I've got Falkirk this weekend. Then it would have been Deep Fried Lard the next weekend, and then the Border Reavers at Gilnockie Tower. And I was like, Nico, if you want me to come to Deep Fried Lard, I'm going to have to stay with you going forward from that point, because I don't think the wife would let me come back home.
Yeah, so certain things interfere with fun, don't they?
The deep fried Lards in Musselburgh. It's in the Musselburgh Rugby Club. It's quite good. A lot of the guys from down south come up for it. Probably the same guys who go to most of all the Lardy events. It's a good day. It's a good day. It's obviously got the bar and everything. So, and then I think a lot of them come up. I don't know if they still do it. They still do the same, but a lot of them always went out. Derek was from Musselburgh, so they would always go out for a curry and stuff. So.
Yeah. It's good. That's usually the way for most Lardy days anyway, isn't it? End up with a curry and a pint at the end of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the West Midlands, I can't remember exactly where it is, but I posted about it today just on my Storm of Steel page, so if people want more information, go and check that out. It's on there. It's on the 4th of July, and I think they're looking for players at the moment.
Excellent. And I could certainly recommend Lardy Days from my experience of them. They're always good fun. They are. It's a group of people who are looking to enjoy the wargaming rather than win the wargaming by 0.377 points after 4 hours. It's a great day. really is. So if you haven't, give it a go.
I never went to Deep Fried last year. I was on holiday. But the year before it, we played Sharp Practice. And there was a guy that came all the way from Australia just to play.
Nice.
Wow.
What?
And he put on a great game. It was a game of Sharp Practice, Napoleonic, and my French column was planning to storm all the way up to the nearest village and was stopped by a local Spaniard who sold them bad sangria, and they all ended up pissed.
It's a story as old as time.
I just thought it was a little man with a cart sitting at the side of the road, and not only did I know storming past him I would activate him, and my guys missed about 2 turns being pissed on the floor.
Brilliant.
Excellent.
Anything else, Alex? Or is that your kind of...
That's pretty much it, really. I think, yeah, there's nothing else. I've plugged who I said I'd plug, and, we're done.
Cool. Sounds good to me. I thought we'd have a. I mean, it's a few months ago now, and of course somebody's already mentioned the award. But I thought we'd have a quick chat about Salute. Obviously, I saw absolutely fuck all of it. I saw my table, Simon Miller's table, and the gents' toilets, and that was it. That was my Salute.
You didn't miss much, I'll be honest.
Did you not enjoy it, Ian?
Do you know what? I do enjoy Salute. I enjoyed it more about the fact of going and spending a weekend down in London. I like London. I enjoy going to London. I enjoyed meeting up with you guys, seeing you guys chatting. There's loads of guys I get to chat with. I actually enjoyed taking part in the talks, listening at the talks. It was like Paul Hicks and stuff, and Cal Perritoon and Graham from Grey for Now. I enjoyed that side of it, but as a show, I've said it to everyone. It feels as though every time I've been, it gradually gets a little bit more away from what I enjoy about my hobby. Doesn't mean it's not there for everyone else. I get that, but for me, it's less and less about my interests. There was a number of good games, but that was probably just a handful that took my interest. There was lots of small games, but so many of them in terms of fantasy and sci-fi, and it doesn't really pique my interest. If I'm honest, I get why it piques a lot of other people's interest, but in terms of a historical show, I feel as though it's kind of losing.
I don't think it's been a historical show for a long time, has it? Really?
Agreed.
And a lot of people say that, and my argument has always been, if you want to see more historical stuff at Salute, then put on a table of historical stuff. Because it's all done by volunteers. It's, even the people who are running it and things. And, it's only going to go the way that the hobby is going. And that is, at the moment, a lot of small skirmish games, which are, it's easier. If you want to make your own IP, then you do it as a fantasy or a sci-fi game, don't you? Because then you can create your own factions or whatever you want to, create out of it. So,
fucking chicken jousting.
Chicken jousting, for example. I mean, I completely understand why it goes that way, and why a lot of people like us died in the war. Historical war gamers probably look at it a bit askance, but I'd like you, Ian. I enjoy it, and I think it's great for meeting up with people. Yeah, because everybody goes to it. It's the place that draws in a lot of people. But on the other hand, I only go because I get free press tickets.
Alex getting sweat free.
Shilling for them this time. But otherwise, and it's a very long day because I go down in the morning, like get a 6:30 train, and I don't get home till 8:00 at night, and it's a long old haul, and it is expensive. But because I'm self-employed through the channel, I can put it through tax because I go to film it. You know what I mean? But if I wasn't going to film it, I probably wouldn't go. Yeah. Which tells you something. Whereas Partisan, on the other hand, which I'll probably come on to, is somewhere where whether I was filming it or not, I'd still go because I like it and I like to see what's going on there. Do you know what I mean? So whereas Salute, less so. Partisan is the other opposite of it. Yeah. That's my thoughts on it. What do you think about it, Ken? I mean, you said you only saw 2 bits of it anyway.
Yeah, it's difficult for me to judge it as a whole because of the lack of time that I actually get to look around it. I'm joking a little bit, but I literally had maybe 15, 20 minutes at the end of the day to just rush round and I even look. I rely on your videos, Alex, to show me the tables.
And I miss half of it, to be honest, when I'm filming those. I look at other people's videos going, bloody hell, where was that? There's a whole row of tables that I missed.
From the perspective of me putting the game on, it was an absolute smash of success. I've never had so many people, regardless of the award, which I do joke about, but it's there behind me, next to the other one I won the year before.
Very prominent.
And Wargames Illustrated got it right this time.
Yay!
I did have a nice chat with the lad with the beard. I've forgotten his name now, who does the videos and stuff. We had a laugh and a joke about a couple of things, which I'll keep under me at. But yeah, it was a good laugh. But yeah, whether it was because I was one of the fewer large, big historical games, whether that was because so many people came round our game or not, I don't know. Whether people are looking round for, Simon Miller's game. I think Piers Brand had his big World War II game as well, and there would have been others there that I just didn't see. So whether that brought more people to my table or not, I don't know. But I was absolutely rammed all day. Didn't roll a single dice myself, just talking, explaining, doing interviews with people. I really enjoyed it.
But I don't want to take the shine off you there, Kev, but I think that was probably the story for most throughout the day, really. You know what I mean? It's I think, again, it is just so busy. It's so full of people. And I know there was loads of people there that I didn't see because it was just so busy. You just didn't get a chance. You didn't bump into them. And it was still busy in the afternoon by about 2, 3 o'clock, by which time most of these things are thinned out. There was still a lot of people there. So it attracts a hell of a lot of people. It's probably somewhere between about 7,000 and 8,000 people come to it. So yeah, I can understand fully why you would be completely
largest since
flooded.
COVID, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's gone up and up and up, hasn't it, year after year since COVID. So I can certainly understand why you would be rammed all day.
There was very much a thing with the table that what I was trying to do was to get people who'd never seen that style of wargaming before to come up to the table and go, fucking wow, look at that, look at those flags, look at... So, there was flags a little bit out of place here and there that a couple of people who got punched in the face shortly afterwards pointed out. But that's what that wasn't.
I think you'll find.
I think you'll find that flag wasn't there. There's a fucking Bradford City pike block there. How serious do you think I'm taking it? But that wasn't what it was about. It was about people coming up to the table and going, wow, I've never seen this before. And I had loads of chats with loads of people who like, I didn't realise you could do war games this size. You think that's big, son?
And that's the thing. I think with the fact that a lot of people are saying there's a lot of sci-fi and fantasy, which there arguably is, but that's because that's the lay of the land. But the fact that it's mixed with the historical stuff means that somebody like you said, Ken, somebody who goes and all they do is play a science fiction game that has, I don't know, space weirdos that's got 5 figures on it, they can actually go and see that there are these other things that you can also do that are within the same hobby. And I think from a point of view of advertising the hobby, I think Salute is great from that point of view because it gets the people who wouldn't see that stuff normally to see it. Like, there's a show near me here called Chillcon, which I didn't go to.
I've been to that. It's good. That is a good show.
You've been to? Well,
I've been to the one when they did the one in Derby.
Yes, yeah.
They did it in Derby for a couple of years. I know they do it in Sheffield, and then they do one.
That's right, yeah. Well, it's gone from being almost 50-50 sci-fi historical to pretty much just science fiction and, for the most part, Warhammer stuff. So I looked at what was on. I just wasn't interested in what they were selling. So, but that's your garden walling a load of people there who go and say they're part of a wargaming hobby, but all they see is that one thing. You go to Salute, you see loads of different things. And it goes both ways as well, of course. You know what I mean? But so for young people coming into it, and there was a lot of kids at Salute as well, which was good. They see something like your your table, Ken, and go, oh bloody hell, this is good and interesting, and it might spark somebody to go back and start looking into it. So
they asked the dad, "Can I have 128 figure Swiss pipe block?" And they realise how much it costs. And they go, "Fucking 5 Space Marines, fucking that's a lot."
It's a lot cheaper. Well, it isn't actually. It's probably same cost for 1 Space Marine, I think, isn't it? For 100 figure pipe.
I did see something funny that somebody. It was like a fake news headline. Games Workshop. Regular, he's not worried about fuel prices because he often pays £100 for a tank. Anyway,
it's funny because it's true.
So yeah, no, it was a good. I think I'd like to see more people put historical games on because, like you say, Alex, you said earlier on, if you think there aren't historical games on there, why aren't you putting a game on?
Yeah, well, I was meant to have a display game on, but I didn't end up going through with it. I was going to put on the border, just basically displaying the border reavers at the Cerisa, because quite logistically it scares me a little bit because obviously it's AXL and stuff and people taking their cart. I'm just like, it just doesn't appeal for me.
Yeah,
coming all
I
the way
can
from
understand it.
Glasgow.
I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, you're coming from a very, very long way away, but I mean, Leeds is, it's 3 hours down there, isn't it, from London? So, I can understand why people. I can understand why people wouldn't want to go through that, and I'm sure it's hard work. It's got to be hard work doing all that, and then, like you said, Ken, just talking to people for a day is absolutely knackering, isn't it? Even if you're not playing the game or anything. So, I understand why people are reticent.
I just love the event. I just love the whole thing. They're going down the night before, and there's a bit of a knees up with the people who were going, and then you do the day, and you meet so many people. It's just an event for me, and I quite enjoy it.
I was there Friday to Monday. I spent an absolute fortune, and then none of it was at the show. It was just all on alcohol.
Yeah, I'm the same. I never buy anything more than a sandwich and a drink at the show. I just never buy anything, really.
I was out on a Saturday night with like the guys at Paul Hicks and all that. We all went to the pub. So yeah.
No, so basically, it's 2-1 to in support of Salute. You hate it, Ian. We like.
I don't hate it. I just feel I don't hate it. I just feel as though, in terms of my interest, it's kind of moving too far away from what I enjoy. I
completely
get that. That's not.
I understand that.
I get that. It's there for everyone, but for me, on a personal level, I feel as though it's getting a little bit too far away from it. And because I went to Salute, I didn't go to Partisan. I didn't want to take the piss out of the wife, and then I seen some of the stuff at Partisan, which is my interest, and it disappointed me that I enjoyed what happened with going to Salute because I was down there. We went to the show. I was at the football on the Sunday and stuff, so I enjoyed the whole weekend. But I was like, I would have really wanted to see some of the games that was on display at Partisan, and I didn't. So.
Well, I've had Phil and Martin who organised Salute on the show a couple of times, and they're well aware of this conversation that's going on. But
the numbers are going through the door.
Numbers going up, and they do try and get the classic Wargames traders through the door, and they just don't come.
Yeah. So guys, I noticed the Perrys weren't there. And that's not normal.
Well, there was a few things this year. I think there were a lot of people were saying about both Pendragon weren't there, and they had decided to take the year off trading anyway. They're not doing any shows, and Bacchus weren't there, and I think
it was a cockle.
It was just a cockle, not a conspiracy. And I think the only one that's not been accounted for is the Perrys, but they might just be at the same. They might have just decided to, not do it for a year or something. Just say bye.
The only reason I noticed it with Perrys is because normally they have something on display that they've not.
That
was completely new. So I was kind of like, where the hell is the Perrys? And they're not here. I know North Star. I don't think they've went for a good number of years now. They don't tend to go.
And I know it's expensive to put a stand on, isn't it? So I
think it is, but from
you are likely to get money back for it, aren't you?
From a lot of the traders that I've spoken to about especially when I was doing the Flags of War stuff, they were always like, "Do salute," because the cost to them was outweighed by what you get back. Some of them were saying it could set them up for a year of show
really
training. Yeah. In terms of what you get from all the shows, so you could basically then you could have shows that you go to and you're not getting anything, but you're getting a presence, etc. But going to salute was enough to do what
to be able to make that decision. Yeah, I can imagine that, because I mean it is also seen as a trade show as well, isn't it? It's where a lot of people release stuff
people
specifically for salute. For that. Yeah, exactly.
I know.
It's well known.
So my friend Thomas was over. He stays over Santa Cruz way, so near like San Francisco. And in the past, he didn't do it this year, but in the past he's came over, and it's been like with a shopping list from his local guys that he games with, and he basically takes all that stuff home so that they can avoid taxis.
Exactly. And postage and things. I expect. So that's one of the reasons to do it, isn't it? Probably again just makes it a lot cheaper for someone to do it and buy everything they want for the year.
You get the guys coming over. One of the complaints I get a lot from guys in Belgium is the cost to them import stuff now, since it was quite bad before Brexit, but it's even worse now. Because it's not necessarily the tax, it's the fees that the Belgian post put on is like ridiculous. It's almost like, I think it's like a standard €20 or something, so they're like, there's absolutely no point.
My wife was getting the same when she was in Austria, so I know the problem. So that's got to affect everybody, hasn't it? So it's probably just easier to come and have a weekend in London and hoover up everything you need for the year. Where it's there.
Especially if you're coming from Belgium, you can just jump in the Eurostar or jump in the car. Stop.
Exactly. It's 3 hours away, isn't it?
Like
really,
the old
it's as far away as Leeds.
It's like the old booze runs I used to do with my dad in the 90s to France.
Classic booze run.
Well, we would, because my dad's interest, we would go over the Somme pretty much every single year. My dad go to France 1st of July. He would be in the Somme. We'd go up to Ypres and everything else, and then on the way home, pull into Cali, stop the van up, booze, cigarettes.
Car rattling all the way back up to Scotland.
My dad didn't smoke, and he'd come home with a suitcase full of tobacco.
Selling it down the club on a Friday night.
Why have you got this tobacco? And that was like, as a kid, that was like, I'd go and I'd steal the wee stubby bottles of French beer. Be like, to my friends, I'm like 13 years old. I'm like, I've got a beer. It's about the size of my hand now.
Go around about 6 of you. Old men.
Oh, dear me. So, Partisan then, Alex, you're the only one who went.
Again, excellent. Really, really busy. But it did thin out in the afternoon, as it always does. But it felt, again, this year felt as though they'd packed in a few more tables. I don't know if I didn't add up how many they'd done the year before and how many this time, but it just felt as though there were actually more. There was more stuff going on in there. And again, same a salute, really. It was a chance to see people and just have a wander about and see some of the more spectacular historical games on display as well. That's the thing with Partisan. It's always about eye candy, isn't it? It's always people really push out their
kind of when I go to salute, if I put a game, when I go to Partisan, if I put a game on, I'm kind of middle of the first division. There's a lot of Premier League guys there putting stuff on. But I'd just like to say, before any rumours get out, that I was invited to Partisan. Apparently, I've spoken to Rich or Tricks, I can't remember which one, but I never received the invite. So it looks like it was a bit. Well, we'll find out in September if I'm in the second one or not. It's
almost like Partisan needs a bigger venue in it. It's crazy.
Yeah, it feels really tight when you.
I didn't get an invite, and I just threw my teddy out of the pram and booked a hotel, booked a week in Naples with the missus.
Is that why you went?
Fuck. But apparently it was just a bit of a mess up. So hopefully I'll be there in September or something. I don't know. But I'd want to start. No, it's not a rant. This is just a bit of an observation.
Here he goes. Strap in, folks.
So I through Alex and the wonderful medium of Storm of Steel and these videos, I watched and looked at a lot of the tables, and this is an open question. Are we becoming a hobby of fucking terrain makers, or are we wargamers? That's my controversial point. And it kind of started with, I don't know if you saw, but Wargames Illustrated, bless them, they reached out with the hand, and it hasn't got a caltrop in it. It's and they did a video of my game at Salute. And the first thing the guy says is, you don't need fancy terrain and lighting up effects. I went, hang on a minute. Fucking David Marshall fucking terrain boards, them. Cost me fucking a lot of money, them. Well, they cost Mr. David Massey, is it Peter Massey? I can't remember the guy I bought them from, up in Montrose, lovely guy. Cost him a lot of money, cost me 400 quid. And I kind of thought that when I looked at your video, Alex, there was less and less tables that what I would call a wargaming table. And it's been this way, I think, at Partisan for a long time, in that you can occasionally have like a 12 by 6 table with a game going on, and then another 12 foot with like a massive castle that's just like a penis extension to win you a prize or whatever. So, not that I think it's wrong, but are we making terrain or are we playing war games?
I think it's a mix, and I don't see a problem with it. I would
I
prefer to see.
agree. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's
I prefer far better to see a castle that's not being used stuck on the edge of a table than just an open flat field.
It's what I always go back to. The shows are the peacocks. Ultimately, you're there to show off your feathers, and this is what I've been working on. But your war games is ultimately at the show. Or not at show, at your club or whatever, or in your house. No, if you're, but the shows are where you kind of want to show off.
I agree with that, Ian. I think, because anybody can throw down a green cloth and put some figures on it, and then I would be very disappointed if I was paying the money to get into Partisan, and then all of the tables were what I could see on a Thursday night at the local wargaming club.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's not what I go to Partisan. I go because of the eye candy.
I think I'm taking it a bit further than that, though. What I'm saying is, would you be happy to go to Partisan and see a load of 16-foot tables with amazing terrain, each with 2 figures playing hide and seek on it?
No. Well, you're not going to, because that's the extreme. So
that's how I
just sit there and
that's how I run all my arguments. I take the extreme opinion and try and justify it.
Drag it right out. It's not even an argument, then, is it?
It is with me.
Show me any of those tables where that happened at Partisan. Oh no, they didn't, did they? But
no, there were a few, and I'm not going to mention his name because he fucking hates me anyway. But there was the one. There was the one with it was like a ruined temple. And there were like 3 people fighting on it. I just thought, what a waste of a gorgeous table.
That was Wargames Illustrated. I mean, to be fair, I may have filmed it at a time where they'd finished a game, because I think that was a participation game, and they'd probably taken the figures off. And because it's so big and there's so much to do and so much to get round, I don't really have time to wait another half an hour for them to set up figures on it. So there will be. In that video, there's going to be played like Richard's short practice game, for example. He didn't. I don't think he played one in the afternoon, so the figures were off the table, and I only got to it in the afternoon. Right. So it's like, well, I'm going to film this because it looks nice. There's a few figures here, but it's not a game in progress. And I think that's the same with the one you're talking about, the ruined temple one, because I think I know which one you're talking about. So, to be fair to him on that point of view, I think it's just I caught them at the wrong time rather than it being indicative of the game itself.
Look at
does that make you feel better?
The American Civil War game that David Emery and Dave Andrews done. It was absolutely beautiful.
That was brilliant, and that is what I would like to see. I would like to see
But that's, I would like to see even really that's extreme terrain. that is extreme terrain. The effort into that terrain is unbelievable.
Yeah, and the thing is with the War Games Illustrated one, it was only a small 2x2 table anyway. So
it looks bigger on a camera.
Yeah, it does. I was filming close up,
but
it was a very small. It was a very small table. It was probably looking at it probably about 2x2 for the board itself. So it's not. Again, it's not. It's not that one. It doesn't really fit in with the rest of the salute stuff, the rest of the partisan stuff either. So there you go. I'm defending them for you or against you.
Well, I've been making this terrain map all the last couple of weeks. And the effort.
I'm not saying
the work it goes.
I'm not saying good terrain. Good terrain is good, but I don't want to see a 16-foot table with fantastic terrain and no figures on it.
Nah, I get what you mean with that, but I can't really think of many times that happens.
Yeah, I can't think of it happening at all.
Might just be me then.
It might just be
going
you.
Off on one as usual.
You watch my video again and then give me time stamps and say this one here.
Yeah, right.
Leave a comment so I know, and I could just delete your comment.
Blocked.
Yes.
Right, we're back in the room, and
Ken's got a gob full.
I've got a gob full of fucking food.
You know, when people listen to podcasts, they hate it when people are eating when they're on them. So if you haven't turned people off already, ASMR.
Fuck them. That's all I say. Who needs an audience? Anyway, we forgot fucking Jacobite Corner, didn't we?
Jacobite Corner.
Surely it should be Jackanory Jacobite or Jacobite Jackanori. Tell us a story.
Go on then, Ian. You were pre-warned.
I was pre-warned, so I did actually come prepared this time. Most times I'm like, oh shit, I forgot all about that. I need to come up with something. And I come up with some sort of...
So the time that you actually came with something, Ken forgot about it.
It's like the time when Sean came up with something really well prepared for Mexican Corner. And the recording cut.
I thought I would tie it in with ultimately a lot of the stuff that I do with Flags of War. So basically I was looking up some of the stuff in terms of, there was this guy called Major Hugh Wentworth, right? And he was a major in Giesi's regiment, which is the 6th Regiment of Foot. He wasn't at Culloden. He actually garrisoned Fort Augustus, and it was besieged, and he actually surrendered it. Roughly about February time, and I think it basically surrendered it in March, 1st of March, 1746. So this is just basically before the battle. This is just after the Battle of Falkirk, but just before the Battle of Culloden, which is always in April. And ultimately, even though he surrendered the Fort Augustus, he's clearly still in favour of Cumberland, because after the Battle of Culloden, he's actually given the job of listing the Jacobite flags that were captured. And that's what I'm going to go through. So ultimately, there was 14 flags captured at the Battle of Culloden. A lot of them, some of them, I think they kind of presume who they were attached to, because at the time, most of the Jacobite army probably looked very similar, and if they're not necessarily... They've always said they don't actually fully know. The other side probably wouldn't known who they were and telling, unless somebody's actually telling them. So it's not like you've got unit designations or anything. So some of the flags that were captured, as I said, there was 14 of them. So there was like a white flag, basically they reckon was part of Clan Farquharson's. There was a white linen flag with a motto on it. It was noted as, I'm going to do this, a disaster, Terrores Ferrero, which they reckon was actually a incorrect or not an incorrect translation, but written down incorrectly, and I think it was Feros Ferrero, which would have made it the Clan Chisholms, who were at Culloden. There was another white flag, which basically is always kind of peculiar because it was referred to in the Wentworth list as the Standard. Don't know what that means. It was just basically called the Standard, so no one really knows. There was a blue flag with Sir Somtendo on it, which belonged to the Kinloch family name, and they actually served in the 2nd Battalion of Ogilvy's regiment, which is like an East Coast regiment. So this is one of the lowland regiments, more than a Highland regiment. There was a number of staffs taken with the flags actually ripped off. So they know that probably the Jacobites have ripped them off and just threw the staff away, and somebody's shoved it up their jumper and taken it home. There was a white silk flag that actually bore the Stuart arms with God Save the King on it. Probably belonged to the Kilmarnock Foot Guard, who were a regiment. It initially started on horse as grenadiers, and then actually moved on to the foot after they gave their horses up to Fitzjames Horse French troopers, because they had these regular cavalry. They might need to get them kitted, and most of their horses were stuck on the ships that never made it through or landed. There was a white silk flag with the St Andrews saltire in the canton, a white silk with a red saltire, so white background, red saltire, similar with a white saltire and a white background and a blue saltire on it. There was the Lord Lovett's regiment, so they basically had a flag with the motto, the Lovett family on it. A white silk with a blue saltire, I think I've covered. There was actually a blue silk flag, a blue silk saltire, with the motto, "Commit thy work to God." And there's one that was always interested me. It was a white linen jack, spelled Jaik. I actually can't even really. Is that an actual jacket or coat? But it says it has a red saltire, so I'm not too sure what that means. It's probably one I need to investigate a little more. And then there was one that was said to be Lord Lovett's camp colours. But what actually happened to these flags is that, as I say, Hugh Wentworth was given the task of noting these down by Cumberland, and by the order of Cumberland, they were actually taken to Edinburgh in June, 4th of June 1746. They were paraded through the city of Edinburgh, and then they were taken to the Mercat Cross, where the herald read out the names of the clans, and then John Dalgleish, who was a public hangman for Edinburgh, burnt them. They were tried and as traitors, and they were burnt.
Traitorous flag.
Yeah, they were burnt in the Mercat, the Mercat Cross in the Mercat in Edinburgh, with them burned in the Prince's Standard first. So those are the ones that were actually taken. There's still a number of flags that weren't captured. So when you go to the National Museum of Scotland, they actually have Barrow's 4th Regiment flag, and beside it they have the Stuart of Appin flag, and they were brought together. I think it was about the 70s they were donated. Those are two of the regiments that faced off at each other in Culloden. Barrows were the regiment that were hit the most in the Battle of Culloden. They took the full brunt of the Jacobite right wing, and they had the most casualties. And one of the family members later on in life basically found the Appin's flag and donated it, and said they wanted the two of the flags to be together as previous enemies, and now in peacetime with their birthday card rubbish. But yeah, there's a number of other flags kind of kicking about. I've not been to see all of them. I know where most of them are, but I need to try and. I always tell myself I'm going to do a tour. There's one. So Ogilvy's had 2 battalions. There's one of the Ogilvy's banners is up in. I think it's in the V&A in Dundee. Victoria and Albert Museum in Dundee. I'm pretty sure they've got one.
I was just there a few weeks ago.
I'm pretty sure
and
they've got
the National Museum as well. I didn't see any of these flags.
So the Jacobite ones are up high. The Jacobite you come into this 18th century section. The Jacobite ones are on they're hanging. I think they're in glass frames. The V&A's got the Ogilvy's one. I'm pretty sure. Clan Cameron have got a couple of their ones that they say that were carried. This is the problem, is a lot of people will tell you all sorts of things. It's like Bonnie Prince Charlie must have worn about 1 million coats because there's fragments and coats all over Scotland.
It's everything, isn't it?
Like if you get all the bits of the one true cross together.
Yeah. Well, that's
it stretches from here to Jerusalem. It's like Mary Queen of Scots. She stayed in every single house on the way down to London, didn't she? It's like, how long did it take her to get there?
So it's one of these things, and I've always said to myself, I'm going to try. Some of the places aren't as easy to get into because they're like still clan family houses. They're not museums as such, so you need to kind of contact them and ask them if you can get in. I know that's the case. Clan Cameron's got their state home, and then they've got a museum, but the flag's in the home, not the museum. So if you can get them on a good day, I think they'll give you a tour of the house and you can actually see the flag. Nice. I've seen the photos of it. I've just never seen it in person. I think Clan McPherson have got one as well. But that looks very pristine for a flag. It's so-called carried in a battle.
Carried away,
yeah. There's a number of these flags, but those were the 14 that were actually captured and taken from the field at Culloden and then burnt as traitors.
Well, as a Jacobite Jackanory, that was well worth waiting for, wasn't it? That?
Yeah, that's all I can say is, Sean, if you're listening, fucking Mexican.
And I do all the flags on the website. Even so, one of my McDonald regiments. Well, one of my McDonald. I've got.
Have they got a golden arch on their flag?
Yeah. Don't start. I was tempted to do something like that just to see the comments, but they're never
April Fool's Day.
I've got them carrying a standard, but they're not noted as carrying. They supposedly carried a pike with a peat on top of it, just for the sake of it. So I've got that. Or is it heather? I think it was heather. Yeah, I think it was a staff with heather on top. Yeah, I think it was heather.
We were down in London recently, me and Mrs. Riley, and we went to the National Army Museum. Quite enjoyed it. Very nice. I didn't realise the skeleton of Napoleon's horse was there.
And parts of Siborne's Waterloo model as well.
Yeah.
Some of it's up in Leeds, isn't it? And then some of it's down there.
Yeah.
His horse. I thought he got buried with his horse. Why did I think that?
No.
Where's
yeah.
Did you see Wellington?
Napoleon.
Is that Wellington's horse? Napoleon's horse?
Wellington's horse, Copenhagen, is buried in the grounds of his.
Right, that's probably the one I'm thinking of. Yeah. I thought when I went
to
Napoleon's tomb, there was a thing about his horse being there.
Well, we've stolen it and it's in the National Army Museum, but it's fucking tiny.
Did you
absolutely?
I actually read a fact about Napoleon's tomb and the way that they built it, so that you're never on his level. You're either looking up at him or looking down on him. You're never on the same level as him.
I think his tomb really shows his humility, doesn't it?
Yes. For some, I know it's a caricature that he was supposedly tiny, and he wasn't necessarily tiny for the period, and we kind of made it. But fuck me, it's some size of tomb. Like they fitted that one guy in there. Jeez, it's fucking huge.
So Ken, we went off on a tangent. You're going carry on.
Sorry,
You're at the
National Army Museum.
It's quite easy.
Napoleon's horse.
Anyway, we're going round, and we come to an original painting on the wall, and it's an American War of Independence one, quite a famous one with the American line shooting at some Brits coming out of a village. I can't remember whether it's Lexington or Yorktown or which battle it is. I said to Mrs. Riley, I said, "Do you recognise that?" No, I've never seen that before. It's really nice. I like it. Really nice. So it's in our hallway, where you walk from our bedroom to the toilet. I've got that one there, and then above it is like the final bit of the charge of the Light Brigade, where the cavalry are in amongst the Russians' guns. The original that's in there, and she'd never seen that before. And that's above the American War of Independence one. We've only lived here for 30 years.
It's blinkered, Ken. She's blinkered to your interests.
Day. Oh.
That's like us going to a Wargames show and going, I didn't see that game. Wasn't interested at the time. Yeah. She's just walking past this stuff. Saying,
we're just full of terrain with 2 figures on. Anyway, the reason we're here in the second part is the World Cup of Wargames rules. The second time it's been run, the first time was in 2023, and the winner was Chain of Command in quite an exciting final against Sharp Practice. And I've had the dubious honour of running the preliminary round already. And,
what was that? 158 sets of rules or something?
193
what?
sets of rules.
193. Blimey. And nothing from the Perrys. I can't believe it.
When I was growing up, I was led to believe by a number of people that wargaming was quite an elite hobby, and it was for the intelligentsia, and it was for those of us who, you know, if you wargamed, you went to grammar school. If you didn't, you were cleaning toilets at McDonald's for less than 50 pence an hour.
Is that Clan McDonald or the restaurant?
It seems that times have changed, and the fucking idiots have got into. Anyway, so what I did was I had 3 days of nominations. So we had the rules that we had last time, minus the 8 seeds. Why can't people understand this?
Just read. Just read.
So if you've not paid attention, which is fucking most of you, then there are 8 seeds, the 8 quarter-finalists from last year. It's not like the previous time we did it, when I picked the 8 seeds, so they all got absolutely bummed and got out because nobody liked. These are your top 8 from 3 years ago. So they're not in it. So then there's there was a list. I started with a list of 100 exactly, and then you could nominate your seeds. The problem arose when Facebook decided that you can only have 100 selections in a poll. So I had to split them down into what I thought was a relatively straightforward method of splitting them down, which was those that started with A through to those that started with J, and then a second group, which was those that started with K and ended with Z.
So you mean alphabetically then, Ken? The way that things have been done since writing was invented.
So it just went fucking wrong from day one. Like the first comment, I'd like to nominate, and then the rules were you could nominate 1 set of rules per comment and no more than 3 sets of rules per day per person, just because you get dickheads going in.
Yeah.
So first one, I'd like to nominate Sharp Practice. It's a fucking seed. Which bit of this don't you fucking get? But to make it even worse, they nominated it in the A to K group. So it's not even the right fucking group.
It must have been sending you through the roof, Ken, but I was laughing my head off at it.
I think, and you'll be interested in this sort of thing, Alex, as an archaeologist. If somebody goes back through my comments, historically, digging away a layer at a time, then you'll find that the really sarcastic stuff is at the top. I think on one post I put, if you are currently on book 3B of Peter and Jane or below, you may struggle with the way these have been set out.
Oh, it was amazing. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
People
Top
were,
class entertainment.
it was just
I'm going to suggest something, Ken, in future that you do this through like a Google poll or something like that and do it as an external link.
Yeah, well, what I've been looking at this for years to try and do this not on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I think this year I might have found the solution, because in the past people have suggested stuff and I've looked at it and it's either cost me money.
Yeah.
I bloody live in Yorkshire. I'm not spending it. Bastards! It's fucking. I don't get out. I don't get out back.
You don't get rich by spending.
Oh, bloody hell! So I've been living in Yorkshire too long, guys. So, and then the other ones that I think it was Survey Monkey somebody suggested, but that just like absolutely spams the shit out of people who.
Right.
You have to join it and
Right.
you can vote, but then you get, as soon as you're on it, it spams you with a couple of adverts straight away before you can even do anything.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to do that to people. So somebody suggested really fucking helpfully the day after I'd organised everything, have you tried Google Forms and polls on there? Well, I would have done if you'd fucking told me 3 weeks ago. So this is currently being run on Facebook, and it will stay on Facebook for this time. But I will try and do it on Google Polls.
Yeah.
Does that mean people can't comment on it?
More than likely, yeah.
Yes, I don't think they can. I don't really use them myself, but yes, I think it's more than likely, like Ian says.
Right, I'll have a look at it, because if it gets rid of the fucking idiots.
But the thing is, they'll still comment on the link to it. That's the problem. So they'll still comment on the Facebook link where you'll say, go here for the Google poll. So you'll still get the same amount of lunacy.
Yeah. You see, you have all these people who give you like advice about growing your audience and all that sort of shit. And I swear at them, I abuse them, I take the piss out of them, I write the most sarcastic comments on their fucking responses to my stuff. They still come back. I can't beat them off with a shitty stick.
Gluttons for punishment.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Stockholm syndrome.
Anyway, so we had 193 sets of rules nominated, which is just absolutely insane. And this time round, every single one got at least one vote. Because that was the big bugbear last time, if you remember, when people nominated stuff.
Yeah, and then they vote for it.
What a fucking set of arseholes. One that was fair. There's quite a few sets of rules, and I can talk about them now because it's over. I try not to influence the vote. Not that it makes any fucking difference.
No one listens to you.
Nobody listens to me anyway.
Well, don't read what you write anyway.
No, they don't read what I write, and they don't listen to what I say. And you're only doing this so you can fix it. Well, for those people who think I'm fixing it, my best place set of rules that I regularly play finished 54th.
Wow.
British Grenadier. Furioso finished 65th. Johnny Reb 66th.
There you go.
I haven't got anything in the top 50.
What does that tell you, Ken?
People don't know what they're talking about. Is what it tells me. It tells me that they're not listening to this show, you know.
That could have been a moment of self-reflection right there, but no.
Do you know what?
Ken.
They are wrong.
They're too fucking busy painting and building terrain and not making figures.
Not putting anything on the table apart from the terrain.
Look at my wonderful, wonderful new thing that I've built. Got any figures? No. No, I don't do figures. I only do terrain. Anyway.
See, I'm the opposite. I prefer people to do terrain than figures. But
I fucking
anyway,
hate terrain. I absolutely hate it with a passion. I could paint figures forever and not get bored. Terrain.
I know you've said that before, but
three toughs, and I'm asleep. Anyway, so there were 8,700 votes.
Bloody hell.
This time
that's more than your subscribers.
Yeah, and a pretty exact number as well.
Well, it's 8,000 and something. Let me have a look. I've got all the figures immediately at my hands. I'm not being accused of cheating. 54th British Grenadier. 8,760 exactly.
Wow.
Which was quite a lot. There was a little bit more chance to vote this time because I had to split it into two. So previously you got 8 selections. This time you got 6 selections in the 2 groups. If you could work out that there were 2 groups and they were alphabetically sourced. And fucking hell, people who put little things at the start of the rules. I don't know if you've done this, Ian, so I'll try and keep fucking. I won't go too far off it. But if it's like. What's bill hooks called?
Never mind
the bill hooks. So I put it under B for bill hooks. Oh my god! And that bloody French set, Art de la Guerre. It's in a fucking foreign language anyway. So how am I supposed to get it in the right bloody place? But I thought it was called Le Art de la Guerre. Like what the book is, because I know that because it's right posh. But apparently it hasn't. So I had it in L and not A.
That sounds like a you problem.
Yes.
Doesn't sound like anyone else's problem.
Yeah.
Like
just like shoddy workmanship. That's all this
you're
is.
fucked up here.
It's a joke, absolute joke.
Anyway, what I did quite enjoy was that the votes are quite spread out. Was what I was going to say. We're going to come to the draw in a minute and learn the top 16. But the highest votes was 341 out of 8,700. That's not a massive percentage.
Yeah, I was surprised at how low some of the numbers were. Lowish.
Yeah, and like the dead man's hands, not dead man's shoes, which I put on the. I put dead man's shoes to wind people up, and only one person got it. And then I accidentally put Hail Caesar on twice. That was me fucking up. That was, and somebody spotted that straight away. But only one person saw that. Put dead man's shoes, not dead man's hands.
It's a great film, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly. And it's an album by a band that I really like as well, so I've obviously subconsciously put it. But there was only 10 votes between 17th and 16th. I'm glad to say that only one of the fucking 3.5 million skirmish fucking medieval games got in. Plumage managed 18th, which was the highest of the other. Pillage.
Oh, pillage. I'm like plumage.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Where's Rampant Rabbit? I can't remember. Where did that come?
Rampant Rabbit? What the fuck are you talking about?
Lion Rampant.
Lion Rampant.
Do
you just have made up names for all the sets of rules?
I've got made up for all the medieval things because I'm so bored of seeing them come out. It's like, there's a new set of rules. Oh, brilliant! What is it? Oh, it's medieval skirmish games.
You named one after a vibrator.
Are you fucking kidding me?
There is a lot, isn't there, at the moment?
Fucking Scorchio's the other one. I'm not mentioning the other one because he doesn't like me. Right.
The one I was surprised at.
Who couldn't like you?
I've annoyed him apparently. Anyway. Sorry, Alex, you were going to say.
I was just going to say the one that I was surprised about was the Men That Would Be King. That got in the top, didn't it?
It's just fucking did awesomely. And then at the bottom end, Infamy didn't get.
He got 2 votes or something. Didn't it?
It didn't get nominated until the morning of the last day of the vote.
Yeah.
I only got 2 votes. But one of the massive sets of rules from the 80s. No. Empire, one of the most dull sets of rules ever. But it was massive. Empire Napoleonics, Empire Ancients never got nominated.
Yeah.
I was born in the 80s. I can't be playing games in the 80s.
Newbury Napoleonics got 4 votes.
Well, Plain Leapfrog got 2.
What? That was your fucking. What's
that was my nomination.
About this pile of shite for playing bloody Leapfrog?
Right. From a point of view of understanding the First World War, it's fantastic. but it is so hard and difficult to read that it's ridiculous. Basically, what it is, it's like it's a co-op game, and everybody plays as a divisional commander in the First World War, and then you have a player who is a corps commander, and they have all the assets that corps commander would have. And as the divisional commanders are doing well on the battlefield, as they're pushing forward, the corps commander can decide where he puts those assets. So where somewhere's going good on the game, he says, right, we're chucking a couple of tanks for you guys, or I'll throw in more artillery for you guys. And then what happens is the Germans are played by the other players. So let's say you've got 3 people playing you. In your sector, because it's all done on a grid, you basically move up a grid. In your sector, when it's a German's turn, they're played by one of the other 2 divisional commanders. So they're attacking you instead. So it's a really clever concept. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. I'm desperate to play. I've never played a game of it. I'm desperate to play a game of it. But it is so bloody hard to actually read the rules. They're so badly written that it's all over the place. It's one of those things where it was just literally chucked up on Wargamers Vault. But the ideas behind it, and it fits with how I see core level fighting from the First World War. So that's why I wanted it. But me and one other person voted for it.
It's a good effort. I mean, there's a set of rules for the Crusades called Shattered Lances.
Yeah, my mate used to have a copy of it. Yeah,
I've read through the initial 4 or 5 pages, and it's all about it's really period specific. We're trying to recreate this particular tactic from this particular, and I'm going, this is everything I need in the set of rules. This is brilliant. This is period specific. I'm loving it. And then I'm 2 pages into the actual rules of itself, and I can't remember my own name. It's just like, what the fuck is it? And then somebody posted, I think you'll find it's written in legalese, and I've been involved in the court system for over 30 years. I was in Crown Court this week for 3 days as a witness.
Yeah.
So I get the legalese. I get the legalese stuff. What the anyway?
Is it based on DBA or something? Shattered Lances, or that's like its origins, and it's kind of, but it's more about formations and stuff, isn't it, rather than just DBA where you smash each other in the middle of the table.
Yeah, he managed to get 5 points. We're going to upset the people there already.
More than playing Leapfrog.
5 votes. Firefly, if anybody remembers those from the 80s, it was the World War II version of Challenger, which was, for me, rubbing the knees, absolutely loads of tables, loads of penetration factors. And, penetration
Bruce Reed Taylor, wasn't it?
Artillery bombardments, and it was lovely. And then somebody suggested Paragon aerial dogfighting rules.
Oh, classic! I used to play that all the time as well. I loved that.
This year, obviously, you're a little bit young for that, but it was basically responsible for youngsters stealing car aerials from around the countryside, because you put your plane on top of the car aerial
and they moved up and down. Yeah,
well, they actually sell things for that now, so don't need to steal car. Don't you get car aerials now, do you?
Oh, this is back in the day, and this is where you couldn't get anything back then. You had to carve your own aircraft out of a lump of wood or something. It was so difficult to get hold of anything for it. But I used to played that to death. A great game. Yeah,
there wasn't a Morris Marina on the state that had a fucking car aerial. Oh dear me! To the Sound of the Guns. Everybody remember those? The tabletop games Napoleonic got 8, which I thought was quite good.
It's interesting to see these really old sets, isn't it? That people are. Well, the thing is, are people playing them, or are they just voting for them because they like them once?
Well, there's only 8 people voting for them, so I wouldn't really.
Yeah, it's hardly. It's not indicative of the hobby as a whole, is it?
No. One that did surprise me was Sword Point, which I always thought was fairly new and fairly popular. The kind of it's Gripping Beast, ancient medieval set, got 11 points. Got 11 votes, which I thought was good.
So many.
It was one less than Shock of Impact, which was the most impenetrable set of ancient rules I think to have been made. Challenger got 13, which was quite nice. So we're still way above the hundreds. Charge, the classic from Charles Grant, 19. If the Lord Spares Us, one of my favourites, 22. Signal Close Action, 23. DBMM. Is that DBM but bigger? I can't remember.
I don't know.
24.
Is it medieval or something?
Yeah, DBM, Baroque and Armati all got 24. Now in the top 100. Going the fucking wrong way, you idiot. Forlorn Hope, one of my favourite sets of rules, 96 with 29. There's E Scorchio, 91st on 32. And Bruce Colony Napoleonics, very respectable 85th with 35. In the Grand Manor, 77th, 38 points. Top 75 now, we've got Blood Red Skies. That was quite popular, wasn't it?
I think so. I guess it's Warlord, isn't it? I mean, the games are always very popular because they're kind of gateway games into everything else, aren't they, really?
Yeah, that was 70th with 42. I've mentioned Furioso Johnny Reb. Charlie Don't Surf, 60th with 47.
I'm surprised at that.
A good result for Snorkers Godot. Has just come out, the World War II set. We're 53rd with 54 points. Team Yankee, which you think is absolutely massive, came 50th.
I'm surprised at that.
49 to 25. WRG Ancients at 45, 61. Kiss Me Hardy, 42nd with 64.
I wonder if that's because of the recent interest in it. Yeah, just people like remembering that it exists.
34th Strength of Honor with 78. And then we are Art de la Guerre, with or without the fucking L. 96. General Brigade, 96, both 27th. Bill Hooks, 26 with 98. Flames of War, 25th with 99. Then
I'm surprised at that. That's quite low, isn't it, for a game like that? Again, it's like an introductory game, isn't it? Because you can pick up a box set of it.
Yeah,
I would have thought it was a lot higher.
It's always going to be skewed a little bit by my audience, who I think.
I was about to say that. Most of the guys I know that play Flames of War probably wouldn't give.
They probably wouldn't even know this exists, would you?
They're going to hear a swear word and they're going to go home.
But it's a completely different audience, isn't it? Like you say, sorry.
But when we say that, when we come to the top 16, 8 of them, potentially 9 are skirmish games. And my favourite, as we said earlier on, the one that I play out of all of these. Actually, no, I'm telling a lie now because I play Pickett's Charge. That's 22nd. But that's still not. I'm not running away with it, am I? So the 24th.
But I think skirmish games in general are just pretty. They're popular because it's a quick, easy way to get into a game, isn't it? When you only have to pay 10 figures or so. So people are probably just more likely to pick those up than they are, Furiosa, where you've got to pay hundreds of figures to get a game before you even know if you like it or not. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can understand why there's a popularity and a shift towards skirmish gaming in general.
I think as well that the skirmish games tend to have a shorter shelf life.
Shelf life, yeah, definitely. Yeah. There's a much bigger churn on them, isn't there, than there is other stuff.
Before you blinked your eyes twice, there's another set of fucking medieval skirmish rules on. So it's just going to be. It's just like a constant churn of.
Yeah.
Oh, another one. Oh, that's another one. So 24th. Oh, sorry. 24th, Wings of Glory, 103. 23rd, Valor and Fortitude, 103.
Oh, there's a Perry's.
There's the Perry's. 22nd, Pickett's Charge, 106. Quite surprised by this one, 21, I-8 Big Shotgun, 106. Still pretty popular, even though with Chain of Command and stuff that superseded it. 20, Soldiers of Napoleon, 112. 19, Blucher, 116. 18, Plumage, 121. Plumage, they're all the fucking old people out there. And then 17th, who just failed to make it, and they were a late entry, and a lot of people voted for them. Warhammer Ancient Battles. Very old set. Been out for a long time.
Blast from the past, isn't it? Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready? We are going to draw the 8 first round matchups. Right. So, for the fucking thick people out there, what happens now is 16, the 16 are in 2 pots of 8. One group of 8, another group, they're drawn against each other. And then you vote for one or the other. There's no middle ground, one or the other, and the one with the highest number goes through, and then they play one of the seeds. And then the seeds, it goes down, and then the one with the highest votes at the end, whether it starts A, B, C, D, or any of the other letters that you are yet to learn, is the winner.
It's a really good system, this, Ken. I mean, they should use it for maybe like, I don't know, sports in fixtures and things like that, you know.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you came up with it. It's really clever.
Cut out the A to Z shit, because that's what people just can't fucking understand. Anyway, for round one, Iain is going to draw the home teams, and the home teams are numbered 1 to 8 and are the 8 top results from the preliminary round. Alex is going to draw the away teams, and they are 9 to 16.
How come? Why am I away when I live in Yorkshire and he lives in Scotland?
Because you're going to draw the home ties for the seeds.
Right.
I'm going to flip it around.
Right. Okay.
I'm making the big boys at home. Yeah. Right. So get rattling your bag. Get rattling your ball bags. And Iain, let's have the first number.
Number 1
is Midgard. Oh, I fucking spelt that wrong as well. I put Midgard, G-U-A-R-D. I didn't know James Morris couldn't fucking spell and put M-I-D-G-A-R-D. It's not my fault if he's dyslexic or whatever it is. Anyway, it's down correctly now. We'll play.
It is number 6.
Number 6. Baron's War.
Midgard versus Baron's War. I'm going to make a prediction.
Baron's War is going to get spanked.
I think so. I think Midgard is very, very popular at the moment, isn't it?
It's very, very popular.
I think if it was a year ago, Baron's War would have been more popular, I think.
Midgard got 341 and the second place got 260. So it's like 81 votes difference. It's going to be a dark horse, one to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Spelt correctly with a U or without a U. As James spelled it. Matchup number 2, the home team is Iain.
Number 7
is Hail Caesar. Finished 7th with 175 votes. We'll meet.
It is number 2.
Number 2 is Bolt Action.
Warlord against Warlord.
Warlord against Warlord.
Yeah, that'll be
big
interesting to see.
There. Didn't get a lot of votes. So Bolt Action got 161.
Oh, did it? That's surprising.
Iain. Home team number 3.
8.
Number 8, the lowest placed, and fuck knows how it got there, DBA with 171. I'm sorry for the DBA regular players, but it's the antithesis of everything I hate about Wargames.
Yeah, I agree.
It's on a tiny, tiny little square. It's got the worst terrain in the world, and it's all bungles.
It's the thing that put me off tournament gaming for life. Playing DBA in tournaments, and people are arguing over millimetre distances that they've moved. I was just like, this is not how I want to spend my Thursday night.
Exactly. It's a bit like leprosy. People love it, but I don't particularly want it.
Who loves it?
I'm not sure many people love it, Ken, but
was it not like didn't like treating people with leprosy? It was like a holy calling, wasn't it? And
yeah, well, that doesn't mean to say you love it.
Because apparently the Crusades is all about climate change, according to the latest book that I've read.
We've already had this argument or this discussion.
No, it was off camera.
Yeah.
It was off camera. Anyway, I'm sticking with the religious aspect. Hang on, don't Ian, it's Alex.
Oh.
Who's going to play DBA?
Who are going to play DBA? It's number 3.
Pike and Shotty.
Okay, another Warlord one, isn't it?
That was 4 votes less than Bolt Action.
Probably.
Obviously, those 4 people from Warlord Games went home before they could vote. The fourth one. Oh, I'm going to the wrong pot there. Ready to go.
Number 4 from me.
Number 4, Black Powder. It's all about the Warlord.
God, they're all coming out,
Black
aren't they?
Powder got 214 votes in the preliminary round, and they will play.
You realise that every time you mention Warlord on this, I get £10 since I'm a shill for them. Number 4.
Number 4,
4v4.
What a Cowboy.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
Now that's going to go to a shootout.
Nice. What's the difference in the votes on those two? That'll be an interesting one.
What a Cowboy got 156, and Black Powder got 214.
Okay.
But Lardy Rules have got historically always got the vote out. So
yeah, traditionally they get the
as
push, don't they?
I've regularly slagged
The
Black
cult.
Powder off.
The cult, yeah. All the cult
cult
members come out. Yeah.
And then I've slagged Black Powder off quite a lot, so people who play Black Powder probably don't listen because I've sworn at them. So this is matchup number 5.
And it's number 6.
Number 6 is Rapid Fire.
God.
The wonderful 178 votes.
The game that wouldn't die.
It's back. Rapid Fire Reloaded.
It is. Number 1.
Number
my
1,
bag.
Muskets and Tomahawks.
Favourite
Rapid Fire is probably going to get that one, I think.
So Musket and Tomahawks got 165.
What did Rapid Fire get?
Rapid Fire got 178. So not a lot in it.
I just think that your audience, Ken, I think is probably more of a Rapid Fire audience than a Musket.
If I remember correctly, and I don't remember much these days, I think Rapid Fire ended up playing against one of the finalists in the quarterfinals.
I think he did very well, didn't he? Yeah.
So get matchup 6.
Number 5.
Is Fire and Fury, the classic ACW set.
It is up against
4 votes.
7.
Water Tanker.
Wow, another Water.
I don't think you could get 2 different sets of diametrically opposed sets of rules against each other. That's a bit of a
asymmetric.
That's a bit of a weird one. 2 matches left to draw up, Ian.
Go on, Ian.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Men Who Would Be Kings.
Now that I was very surprised to see in our top 16 because I know Dan Mersey's games are popular, but I didn't realise that one was the most popular of all. I thought it would have been lying rampant since they released it as a hardback, didn't they? Special version of it recently, a 2nd edition. And Men Who Would Be Kings feels a bit
Lion Rampant's in the seed, so we don't know how.
I suppose,
it's held up yet. But yeah, you got a lot of votes. A lot of people very popular with that. 217, only 3 more than Black Power.
Number 8.
Number 8. That will play. I'll get this right. Dead Man's
Shoes.
Hand.
Wellies.
No. Dead Man's Sandals. And the final matchup in round 1.
Number 2.
Of course. Number 2 against number 5.
It is the legendary, not so legendary, because I think Ian, you hate this set of rules. Saga.
I'm not keen on it either, Ian. So.
Ooh, is matched up against Beneath the Massive Banners. Beneath the fucking massive banners, as I call it, or beneath the lily banners, as
Barry called it.
Used to go out with Lily Banners. She's a lovely girl.
It's some fucking smutty joke coming up here. Fucking hell. Fucking Chubby Brown, Batley Working Men's Club, 1977.
Bit of Bluefoot Dads.
And that concludes the draw for the first round of the World Cup of Historical Wargames rules.
Only another 3 hours to go.
Which aren't in fucking alphabetical order. So the matchups are Midgard will play Baron's War. In the Battle of the Warlords, Hail Caesar will play Bolt Action. In the How the Hell Did It Get Here matchup is DBA versus Pike and Shot. My favourite Black Powder will play What a Cowboy in the diametrically opposed matchup. Then we have Rapid Fire versus Musket and Tomahawks. With the older players in Rapid Fire, the older players normally vote, don't they? That's why the Tories always win. So Rapid Fire is on for a good one there, I think. Interesting one, Fire and Fury against Water Tanker. Men Who Would Be Kings versus Dead Man's Hand is for all those people who like less than 10 figures on the table, so keep them happy. And then finally, Saga versus Beneath the Fucking Massive Banners.
Okay.
Sorry, Lily Banners, which is good. So that just leaves us to draw the second round. Now, for those of you who are hard of thinking, what will happen here is that
the other half of the audience that have already left have now left.
the eight seeds are in pot one, which Alex will draw.
Okay.
And just to make it a little bit more interesting this time round, they are seeded, which puts them in the pot, but they are not ranked.
Okay.
So, if anybody knows anything about ladders and how they work, your top seed goes in the top corner, your 8th seed goes in the bottom corner, and your first and second seeds don't meet until the final. Right. So rather than have it so that it could end up exactly the same as last year, whoever comes out number one will go in the number one seed slot.
Right.
And so on. So we could end up with a Sharp Practice Chain of Command quarterfinal.
Okay.
Okay. So Alex will draw the, as I say, the seeds. Iain will draw the away team, which will be the number of the round matchups in the round we've just drawn. So if Iain draws one, it will be the winner of Midgard and Baron's War. Okay.
All right.
Let's go. Alex, first one out of the hat is in seed one position.
3.
Number 3, To the Strongest. We'll play.
Number 4.
Number 4, the winner of Black Powder or What a Cowboy.
Right.
Seed number 2.
It is number 2.
Sharp Practice. We'll play the winner of
number 8.
Saga or Beneath the Fucking Massive Banners.
Next one.
Next one
is number 1.
Chain of Command.
Never heard of it.
With a cock in 3. That means that means if they progress, we will have a cock Sharp Practice semi-final.
Number 7.
Number 7 is the winner of Men Who Would Be Kings versus Dead Man's Hand.
I'm going to go out on a limb here.
They're quaking in the shoes.
I think that's a bit of a foregone conclusion right there.
Number 4.
I'm going to go out on a limb. No, it is number 6.
For King and Parliament, which would mean potentially the other semi-final would be For King and Parliament versus To the Strongest. Iain.
Number 2.
Plays the winner of Hail Caesar or Bolt Action.
Right.
Big names in that line of the draw.
There is.
Number 5
is number 8.
General d'Armée will play
number 1.
Midgard or Baron's War?
Mm-hmm. Next up is number 5.
Number 5, Battle Group. Did very well last time.
Number 6.
Versus the winners of Fire and Fury and or What a Tanker.
Okay. Penultimate one is number 7.
Rampant Rabbit against
Number 5.
Rapid Fire or Muskets and Tomahawks.
Okay. And then my final one should be number 4.
Number 3.
O Group. And O Group will play the winners of DBA or Bike and Shotty. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes the draw. I'll put the brackets up when this comes out, and you'll be able to see the rundown. But basically, the quarterfinals, the winners of 1 plays 8, 2 plays 7, 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5.
Okay.
So it would be checked. So it would be.
Ask one question. Where's the pennies?
Yay! They're out. 24th, fell on fortitude. Round 2. The matchups are 2 the strongest versus the winner of Black Powder and Water Cowboy. Sharp Practice will play the winner of Saga and Beneath the Lily Banners. Chain of Command will play Many Would Be Kings or Dead Man's Hand. Forking and Parliament will play the winners of Hail, Caesar or Bolt Action. Matchup 5 is General d'Armée versus the winners of Midgard or Baron's War. Battle Group will play the winners of Fire and Fury or What a Tanker. Lion Rampant will play the winners of Rapid Fire or what's the fucking thing? Muskets and Tomahawks. And O Group will play the winners of DBA and Pike and Shot.
There's quite a few in there. I think you can kind of. Well, I think I would put a safe bet on quite a few of those going through. I think it's going to get very tasty, as it always does in the quarterfinals. Yeah.
Because you've got to have won. You get your seed to get into the second round, but then to get further, you've got to win. To get to the quarterfinals, you've got to have won a round.
Yeah.
And if you've come through round 1 and got to the quarterfinals, you're well supported.
Mm-hmm.
So Midgard, we're looking at you. Dave Brown and General d'Armée, sweating, get training. Need to go to an altitude camp, get training. So there we go, guys. Thank you very much for that. We have concluded the draw for the World Cup, and we'll have another quick break. We'll move on to questions. Okay, we're back end of the show now. Those of you who are left after, if I've insulted you,
the 3 that are listening.
don't feel left out. I'll insult them at some point during the course of this bit. So we asked for a number of questions and we got fucking loads. I had to switch the comment in and off because it just got mental. So if we don't read, some people have put like loads of questions in. So thank you very much for everyone who put a question, but we're just not going to get to all of them. So we'll just crack on, and we kind of covered this a little bit before on the Partisan Salute discussion, but it's from Gary at Case Shop Publishing. Following Partisan Salute, does the team think that games on tables that wouldn't fit into a normal home inspire people to take up the hobby?
Yes, short answer. As I said, Partisan to me, I've said it before, a Partisan is eye candy. I go there to look at interesting, nice tables. And I think, everybody goes for the wow factor. If I want to see, a table with a cloth thrown over it and books under it for hills, I'll go down to the club on a Thursday night.
Well, I think that's the question. Does it inspire you to take the games home? Probably not. It's not the kind of games I'd probably want to put on at a club. But when I go to things like Partisan, I go, right, I want to do better if I do a display game. Actually, I want to up my game. I want to do this and I want to do that. And I guess that's probably where the question is. Does it make you want to do better games at shows? Yes, 100%. Does it make you want to? Could you fit a game like that into the house? No, because you don't have the space.
But you can still do really good terrain on a small space as well, though. And we had this discussion earlier about terrain. Ken's shaking his head. And I'm a big proponent of a really nice looking table, even if it's even if it's like an evening night game or a Saturday afternoon game, because I play wargaming because I like the aesthetic appeal of it, and the terrain is part of that. Why spend your almost entire life painting beautiful figures just to put them on a bottle green MDF board? I'd make the terrain look as good as the figures. I think the two work together much better. And I think that, like I say, even for casual games, and it doesn't take much effort to throw a load of scatters across that table.
And put some fucking figures on the table. I like to design games that when I try and put them in a Wargames show, they go, no, it's too fucking big, can't put it in. Jutland, 32 foot by 8, and it does need at least another 6 foot on one little corner to get the rest of the Germans on. I've done it twice, once at the Royal Armies and once at Salute.
But you see,
anybody else got a Wargames show who wants me to put Jutland on, I'll do it.
There you go. You've been warned.
Hire some more tables. Right. This is quite a funny one actually from Dave Benton. After a heavy night's drinking, you lose a bet, and you're now obliged to appear in full costume at the other party's aunt as the Spice Girls. Which is your choice of spice? I could go. This is easy for me. I would be Scary Spice because she's local. She comes from Leeds, and she went to the
look at me, no book.
Look at me, no book. And she went to the Bramley School of Performing Arts, which is just round the corner. And my arse is better than hers.
Well, I can't attest to the arse competition there. I don't know. Probably a Ginger Spice.
That's mine. I've got a ginger beard, man. Come on.
Fair point. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
That's racially stereotyping.
Racial appropriation.
But wouldn't he be like Baby Spice though? Because he's the youngest of the three of us.
Oh, that's a good shout.
When I was a student, we did get dressed up as the Spice Girls and go out around town, around York, and I was Posh Spice. And I had the little. You did it as well, yeah. I had a little off the shoulder number.
I did it in Fallaraki, aged 18, dressed as Ginger Spice with a Union Jack dress on.
Is that right? Yeah. Just you on your own.
Yeah, pretty much. Just walking about. There was a whole load of us in the hotel, all dressed up, and it wasn't a pretty sight. Put it that way.
And the thing is, I don't know about you, Ian, but I didn't have to lose a bet to do it. I just did it.
Yeah, exactly.
Completely sober.
I seem to remember working in York City Centre and locking somebody dressed up as Ginger Spice on one particular occasion when they got a bit.
Probably was her.
Imagine going out dressed as Ginger Spice, thinking you're having the time of your life, and then waking up in a cell at York
with you standing there with the keys.
Anyway, do my best Scary Spice expression. Well, thank you for that, Dave. Right, RQ, we only got 3 on Twitter. Oh shit, I know about the table then. This is quite a long one. I'll try and summarise. More wargaming rules are bought than ever actually played because they aren't reader friendly. Alex is going to say, what do you want to say?
Playing leapfrog.
Well, you've made an assumption there. The majority of rule books would be easy to read or learn if they didn't have so many pictures of painted figures getting shots on every page. You're breaking up the flow of reading the rules. Would it make it more sensible to have the rules laid out in manageable chunks with basic diagrams only? Well organised index, I think we can all agree on that, and a simple quick reference sheet.
No, I like I take pleasure in reading rules, and I want them to look nice when I'm reading them. I'm happy with pictures, lots of pictures of figures. and lots of illustrations. I mean, if you can't, you might need to go back to reading school if you can't actually hold a thought in your head in a paragraph that has
Alex,
a picture in between it.
Losing my listeners.
But no, I hate reading rules that are just blocks and blocks of text, and in a formula. I just hate it. I can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it. I want a nice product. That's my thought.
If somebody could intersperse the text from Shattered Lancers in with a load of nice pictures, then we could see
and get a proofreader to pick it apart and pull it back together again. Yeah, well, and the thing is, God, sorry, Ian.
No, I was going to say, so currently going through the process of laying out Border Wars version 2, and what you do find is sometimes you are left with a lot of dead space. No, you are breaking the things up into chunks, but there could be half a page left, and you don't want to add a new section of the rules that kind of doesn't
fits on the bottom half
of the page. Fit,
yeah.
And then that section gets spread over 2 pages, so you'll go, right, I'll make that half a page a nice picture. Yeah, you might add some diagrams that will kind of fluff it out. But yeah, I guess you could have too many pictures, but there's reasons behind it. I know from my side anyway.
Yeah, it's the design decision as much as anything else as well, then, isn't it?
Yeah, I would agree. I think a lot of rules have a lot of padding in these days, and you'll often find that the rules themselves are just 10, maybe 12 pages, and then 600 pages of how to fucking put tufts on your badger.
I don't mind that. Because I've been looking at the Flames of War stuff, and they're a one-stop shop for somebody who's new to the hobby. You're talking as somebody who's been doing this for 9.5 a century. It's old. But there's always somebody new who hasn't done historical wargaming. I'd rather get that person into historical wargaming through a section in a book that I will probably never read than not.
Some of the stuff in the Flames of War is brilliant. I don't play the game, but I use some of the stuff to get
painting,
breakdowns.
the hobby side of it.
Even just the breakdowns of some of the armies, for like how the organisation of the paras at Arnhem or whatever. It's got tons in it.
Yeah,
they are recent. I mean, I haven't got any of the Flames of War stuff, but I've got some of the Oil War stuff for Team Yankee and the Syrians and all that sort of stuff. And it is reasonably well researched, I have to say, and it's quite well written.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there we go. It's not my cup of tea. But,
No, it's not mine either. Like I say, I don't need a Second World War history in a set of rules that I bought, but I'm glad that there's some companies put it in, because, as I say, it's there for that person who does need it.
I'm kind of glad if I get like a history of the Crusades in a Crusades book. That would be good.
But I put stuff in about the Border Reavers because the amount of people I speak to at shows and go, much do you know about the Border Reavers? They go, absolutely nothing. And they're Scottish. And you're like,
yeah. He's shaking them. What's wrong with you?
Right, I'll answer this next one first, and then you two can come in with sensible answers. We're on to threads. We got one on threads. It's from Colin Edwards. Would you prefer playing Saga or Plumage, or Pillage, as it's known? I would rather have my genitals cut off with a blunt fucking tape measure.
My answer is probably less emphatic than that. I've only played Saga, and I've only played it twice, and I've never played Pillage. So, of the two, I would play Pillage because I've never played it and I didn't like Saga.
I've played Saga, not played Pillage, but I've read Pillage, and it didn't come across as too bad.
There's certainly, I think there needs to be, because I've been looking at podcast provider stuff because it's time to change contracts and stuff. What it needs is somebody needs to draw a table up of all the medieval skirmish games that kind of like compares them. A number of figures.
So Pillage is what you and I, Ken,
Blue
called
Mage.
Dark Ages. So are you now calling that a medieval game?
Early medieval.
Early medieval, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the same.
But it depends what you want. It's very focused on the raiding and stuff. Whereas a lot of people I see using like the big scale games, they seem to be using Midgard for that period. Seems to be very popular at the moment, especially in the clubs I go to.
I've got all this. I can have a go at Alex first in a minute. Something else has browned me up in a minute.
Something else? You mean everything?
Republican, not Republican. Yes, Republican Romans with 3 lines: Elite, Principe, Triarii, that lot. I like that. That's the end of my interest in ancient history. And then I come back in the Crusades in like 1187, kind of Utrima, Third Crusade kind of thing. So, Alex, I've got to go to you on this one because you are our resident historian and archaeologist. But what the fuck is all this CE bollocks?
CE? Common Era. It's been around for ages.
It's BC, before Christ, AD, Anno Domini.
No, it's been around since about the...
After death, as we common people call it.
It's been around since about the 18th century. BCE and CE.
They didn't teach me that at school.
Yeah, I wasn't taught at school either, but I know it now.
You were at school before the 18th century.
That's true.
Because what does make me laugh, though, I haven't got a soft spot on that Alice Jones or whatever she's called. But I do watch that Dogging for Britain.
Alice Jones. Alice Roberts.
What's she called?
Alice Roberts.
Alice Roberts, yeah. Dogging for Britain. I quite like that.
Fuck's sake.
But what I quite like on there is she's obviously working for the BBC and needs to be on it when it comes to this sort of thing. But you always get some trusty old professor on there who goes, yes, we dig these up, and they're from 87 BC. And she's going, oh, BCE? No, love, fucking BC, before Christ, right? Let's not have a fight about it, love. You're very nice on telly, but BC.
This is
your conversation with the TV.
I was going to say, this is another one of those things that never happens.
It's just Ken chatting
to
hitting the wife. Listen to this shit.
Right. What's AD now then?
Well, AD is Anno Domini, isn't it?
This is a Common Era, and then it's
CE is Common Era.
So
BC
when does the Common Era start?
Year zero. Christ's birth.
Which is
Bert
is Anno Domini.
That's because most people take their calendars from that. But not everybody is Christian. Yeah, it's a non-religious way of marking time.
I'm not Christian, but I can do BC and AD.
Well, you just carry on, but you also think it's called the Dark Ages, so, people like you have been left behind a long time ago.
I can't believe I'm in the same camp as Ken.
But it does make me laugh that the older historians on Dogging for Britain always say AD. Lads.
Well, it's most people do. I mean, and it's still used throughout, archaeological literature, but CE is interchangeable with it.
I'm not having a go at you, Alex, but you just have to as a historian and an archaeologist. But they just come up with all this shit everywhere. Fucking Crusades, fucking global
imagine
warming.
That. Imagine that developments and understanding. God,
it's just like me as an engineer going down the pub with my mates. Fucking 15 Swiftons are going. You know what? I'm not going to call it fucking miles an hour anymore. I'm going to call it furlongs per second and change all the fucking signs and see what people do. Millions of people dead just because we've not consulted anyone else. We've just changed the fucking signs without telling anyone.
I'm not entirely sure, but I don't think many people have died from the change of BC to AD and BC to BCE. I think most people are still alive. Despite that happening.
If you changed it from miles an hour to what are them foreign French things?
Kilometres.
Kilometres per hour. Death everywhere.
It's like you ever seen that?
So everybody who's British, when they drive across to France, they all die immediately, do they?
Yes.
You ever seen that Saturday Night Live sketch? And it's like the form. Have you seen the Saturday Night Live sketch? And it's like the formation of America and the systems.
Oh yes.
Yeah. And it's like, and what are we going to call this? So we're going to call it centimeters. And how many does that make up? And it's like they're just going. It's like as Ken says, but should they rewrite that? Yeah, probably, because it's a lot of shit. Make it simpler. Ken would have an aneurysm.
The imperial system is based on threes, and that's because when your eye looks at things, you see better. If you have to judge and split something into thirds, you do it better than splitting them into halves.
Yeah, but how many digits do we have?
Well, it depends where you come from, doesn't it? If you're in Ripon, you've got 6.
How many digits do the vast majority of people outside of Ripon have?
How far outside Ripon are we going?
It's not even like you don't even have, 6. Well, people in Ripon have 6 digits, but nobody else does. So the threes doesn't even work then. So you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now what?
That's why pigs
5,
are so
1, 2,
intelligent.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Pigs
10,
are so
5,
intelligent
10.
because they've got the front 2 trotters and the little one at the back, so they can count in threes.
Pigs are intelligent. Was Pythagoras a pig? Who invented the internal combustion engine?
Mr. Pig.
No, it wasn't, was it?
Daddy Pig.
Bring that back on you. Who invented BC and AD?
Christians.
Granda Pig.
Some bloke. Anyway, let's move on.
That was one question.
Well, we're only on page 2. Got fucking thousands of them.
There's 40 pages to go.
Very
I'm working
quickly
tomorrow.
Stephen Taylor.
We're working tonight.
Stephen Taylor 8637, who's obviously related to Stephen Taylor 8636. When does a big game get too big? Never.
I don't know what kind of question is that. I don't know. There's no answer for that.
No answer.
When you can't play it.
When you can't play it in the time frame that you've got.
You set out.
Never. I'm retired. Don't have to do anything. Timothy Porridge, which is a fantastic name if you haven't
It's a good name.
I have to say. Stupid question, but there you go. Where does your lap go when you stand up?
Well, it's still there, isn't it? It's just straighter.
It's your upper knees.
I'm speaking as a biologist.
So it's like the Middle Ages. Where the fuck did they go? Somebody stood up and the Middle Ages disappeared.
Well, they're right in the middle.
Man of Kent, if you could command one army at one battle, which would it be and what would you change in anything? Well, you're thinking, I'll do my usual stupid answer. I would do a big one where I'm sat in a bunker fucking miles away from the dangerous bits.
Yeah, probably like the Somme, but I'd be down in the chateau.
Yeah,
5 or 6 miles back. Yeah,
I think I'll join you, Alex, and I'll
just waiting for the reports to come in.
Oh, everyone's dead. Ian,
I'll go with the one that comes to mind is Fraser Highlanders at the Battle of Quebec, who stood too close to the trees and continuously got shot to shit off the natives. Don't stand so close to the trees, guys.
the trees.
Just get back in.
Top tip. Fanfos says, if there's one rule you would have common with all sets of rules, what would it be?
Initiative.
Go on.
Don't be a dickhead.
Yeah. Yeah, don't be a dick.
Enjoy it.
That's pretty should be a common rule anyway, shouldn't it? It's an unwritten rule.
Yeah.
Some of them do have that, don't they? I think the Lardy's rules, when they first started, kind of had like a little paragraph that said, don't be a dick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so many words, yeah.
Nigel Atter. We've had this one before, but it's Nigel, and it's 6 months since we did this. So,
sorry, I missed you at parties on Nigel.
Yeah, I was in Naples, mate. Sulking.
Couldn't get an invite.
Fucking mate. Drowning in red wine, I was. Oh my god! If I would have come back on a boat, it would have been like Nelson. You know when they pickled him to bring him back to the UK. I'm sure my body's going to survive another year longer. If I get cremated, it'll burn for another hour. Anyway, given the range of rule sets you've used, what's your favourite and why?
I mean, well, for me, it's Chain of Command because I like it.
Love it. Board of Reavers, Ian, because you wrote it?
No. I always... So mine's is Muskets and Tomahawks. And pretty purely because I always enjoy the game and I just love French Indian War as a period.
I think it is. Two top tips there for the voting on the Chain of Command. Sorry, on the World Cup. Chain of Command and money, yeah. I would go for my personal own set of World War II rules, just because we've had such laughs playing them over the years, and we've played them for like 25, 30 years. So they must be all right somewhere. Moving swiftly on to Blue Sky and Maravigila.
He's the guy that's running. He's the guy that's running the West Midlands Lardy Games Day. So go find him on Blue Sky.
If you have bases to suit the scale and layout of your table, does the size of the models on those bases really matter? Is the visual match massively important, or is abstract good enough?
I'm not sure
so
what that means.
The bases don't change, but the scale of the miniatures can.
Yeah. So
if your game's 5 bases, that doesn't matter if you've got 4 figures on each base at 28,
which is I've spoken about this before. I have this massive problem where if I go down a scale, so if I did Napoleonics in 10mm, I would have the same bases that I have for 28mm with 32 figures, but rather than 8 figures a base, I'd have 16 figures a base or something like that.
It's the biggest thing that I've always said about going. I pretty much only do 28mm. But if I was to go down a scale, and it's when I see people doing like the Warlord game, the Epic, and they do very small units, I'm like, that's surely the purpose of the smaller scale is bigger looking units at a smaller scale and make it look better. But
yeah, when I started on my Epic stuff, I'm painting some of them on variants. People kept saying, "Oh, you should cut the bases in half." I was like, "Why? Why would I?" And anyway, they used to fight in lines of companies, so they'd look like how they would have fought in, they didn't fight on little squares.
No.
The way they're laid out. So, yeah, I've never understood that. Why make it smaller? I don't get it.
So how many figures are in those units, Alex, the ones that you're doing with the
per base is 20 figures, so 2 lines of 10, and then you get 4 bases, so it's 80 figures. So they're sizable.
Number,
they're sizable units.
And is that how they're supplied? Because they come in a row, don't they? So
that's right. Yeah. Each 10 men is basically, one set, and they're just they're standing shoulder to shoulder in that 10.
Excellent. For me, the visual appeal is everything, as we've spoken about before, and I don't want to go down to an abstract level with figures or bases because you're board gaming. Because you're getting down to that little counter, aren't you, with the military symbol on and 3 numbers, like all board games seem to be. Well, yeah, that's how it works for me. Andy Shaw, I recently went to a model railway show and was amazed by the display of the layouts. They're fucking awesome. We're miles behind. Particularly the use of electricity to create lighting effects. What other hobbies do the panel think would be a good crossover content?
You can't say that those guys do awesome terrain and just fucking moan for the last hours about people going too far with terrain.
Yeah.
They're not. They have awesome terrain, but they have fucking trains on it. That's my point.
Yeah, but we have toy soldiers on it.
I've just built this ancient temple. With this,
I'll probably call them at lunchtime, Ken.
track around it.
The
but
difference I've always found,
I haven't got a
been to the
train
model.
because they haven't invented them.
I went to some of the model shows, and they're really good. And as you say, the terrain's
Mm.
awesome. But unlike us, they're not the whole butterfly in the Hobbit. Well, I don't think they do. Whereas we probably want loads of different terrain and loads of different tables, so it doesn't get as much focus. Whereas if you've got a model railway, you kind of focus on a table.
The focus is the terrain,
The
isn't
table.
it? Yeah.
So they'll spend years doing that one table. Whereas we're like, right, well, over a year, I probably want to play in 6 different tables.
Yeah.
I think a lot of when I've seen them and the things I'm thinking of, I've seen like balls of smoke with little lights in it, and people put them in front when a unit's firing and that sort of thing. And I think those things are lovely, but having played games with them after turn 2, they just get fucking binned because everyone forgets about them.
Have you ever? I don't know if you've ever been to Hamburg, but have you seen the miniature Wonderland in Hamburg?
I've never been to it, but I've seen images.
Some of
it,
this stuff in there is insane.
Is that the one with the working airport when the plane takes off?
The plane comes in, takes off, and everything. It's great. But I've seen some things like that at train shows. My mate, the Glasgow one was, the Scottish one was the other week. My mate was asking me if I wanted to go, but I didn't bother. Because it was one of those hobbies. Took the kids a couple of years ago. I was like, miniature trains, that could be something I could get the kids into, maybe take their interest. And I think it was a Hornby stall, and I went up and it was like the starter set, and I think they wanted about 140 quid. I was like, nope.
Nope. Let's get out of here.
Yeah,
it's a pretty permanent hobby as well, isn't it? Because you can't move it about once you've set up your thing. Like
some of the prices is insane. Because even when I went to a stall and they were doing MDF buildings, right? And they weren't even detailed. They weren't as detailed as Sarissa. They weren't detailed as war bases. They were basically the bare minimum, and they were MDF. And I was like, they were charging about double of what the Wargames companies do. I was like texting Steve at Sarissa saying, "You're missing out here." Because that's
kind of where Skytrex went, wasn't it? They went into model railways and made more money. And whatever from that, and kind of drifted away from the wargaming side a bit. So
that's true.
So there's so many more people who do model railways.
The show was mobbed as well. See, in comparison to our hobbies, no. I definitely think it's very popular. But you were like picking up trains, and it was like, I picked up one. No, it's like £500 for the carriage, just the one section. Like, what the fuck?
Don't war bases? Don't they? They supply.
I think they do.
Stuff
I think they do.
That's another part of their business, isn't it, that we never see? Yeah, I saw them recently. I think they were at a model railway show on their Instagram or something.
I don't know whether they do the same. I don't know the same scales. I don't know, because it's all they've got a number of scales in there. The train, the N gauge, 0, O gauge, and OO gauge. I think OO gauge is the closest one to 28 mil.
I think it is.
I think I've bought stuff. On eBay in the past, like trees and stuff, and it's like if you go OO gauge, it's kind of the closest you'll get to.
TT is close to 15 mil because I've got a couple of model railway trucks for Stalingrad from there.
Good thinking.
But it's the same with the stuff I've bought. Bloody like street lights. When I was doing my Street Gangs game, and they all come with the wires and the LED lights to get them all wired up and everything. I've always been tempted to spend that time and actually do it. Just never ever got around to it.
It's like you need to become an electrician to do it.
It's a hobby in itself, isn't it?
You don't want me near electrics.
Burst into flames.
Oh yeah.
I've spent the last probably 10 years of my life avoiding electric cars because I absolutely fucking hate them.
Oh, I've got an electric car, but I don't need to touch that.
Well,
that's what garages are for.
When they're smashed up at the side of the road and they've got capacitors who are waiting to dilute their electricity in the nearest thing that's Earth, which is usually me, then it's like, no, I don't want to go anywhere near it. We left one in a ditch for 3 days once because nobody could go anywhere near it. Quite funny. Anyway.
I hope no one was
right.
in it.
Hmm?
I hope
Oh, no,
one
we
was
checked.
still in the car. Sorry, we're just waiting for the electricity to run out. We'll come back to see you tomorrow to see how you are.
And we got one and we got it into a recovery yard, and there was like a German Shepherd who always used to wander around the recovery yard as like a guard dog stroke pet, and he went up to this car one day and the fucking one of the capacitors went off and it fucking did a big explosion, and this dog will never go near this. I think it was a Toyota Corolla. As soon as it sees a Toyota Corolla, it hides under a table. It's fucking hilarious. Anyway,
Bless.
right. Just the legume. 3D printed and generative AI are constantly in use currently and show no signs of slowing down. What changes do the panel think these two growing platforms bring to all aspects of the tabletop hobby?
Well, 3D printed is the obvious answer is you can literally print anything you want, including terrain, Ken, and figures and apparently you can go too far. I don't see
squares, no details, just print out squares.
Can you like print a massive temple out?
You can, yeah.
So the guy I'm gaming with on Saturday, Nico, he did a game. I think he used Midgard last year to do a samurai game, and he printed a full samurai castle, like huge motherfucker.
Excellent.
It's just not my thing.
Sounds brilliant.
It's not my thing. But I have noticed a bit of a kickback towards AI recently. I don't know if you saw at the UK Games Expo, a lot of the traders, or some of the traders who weren't using AI, got signs up that said "handmade, no AI used from this company."
That's good to see.
That's the thing, is that the AI keeps progressing in terms of it can actually do sculpts now, which is quite worrying when you've got a company which
it's based on sculpting. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. Don't know if it's. I don't know if it's going to be a benefit to the companies. I think it may be a benefit to some gamers who want that, but
I think it's
there's always going to be somebody who wants it, isn't there? There's always going to be somebody who wants that stuff, and there's always going to be somebody who's happy to feed it. But there's always going to be other people who want the human touch, I think.
Yeah. Well, I just recently unfollowed it because I couldn't be bothered with the guy running it. But it was like a group about Scots Covenanters. About it covered most of the history. But the guy kept on posting these posters, and it was basically he was trying to sell them and everything. And I called him out on it, and he tried to go off on me, but it was basically just using AI to generate posters and then try and sell them. And I was like, but they're absolutely shit. Like the stuff that it generates is shit, but they're like I've seen ones that are trying to do Jacobites, and the guys were wearing like British World War One Tams. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And it's like the Jacobites, and I'm like, the fuck, what are they wearing? And it's just like, and you can tweak these things in AI, but it's so I've used it to try and come up with things just to see how it works, but I don't fully understand everything behind AI. Not that I don't understand AI. You keep seeing all these people complaining about the resources that it uses, and that's a bit that I don't understand. I don't understand how it uses so much resources. I've seen somebody complaining about the amount of water that AI
uses vast amounts of it. How? Because it's cooling the machines that are producing it, yeah. Right. And it just soaks up so much water. It's ridiculous.
Well, they could fucking just put their machines outside in Scotland and it'll get cooled down with the rain. It's fucking they're welcome to the rain. It's been pissing down for about 4 days here, and it's to piss down for about another 4 days. Kids' sports day was cancelled, and it's like it's fucking summer.
So what? They should put the AI data centres up in Scotland.
Yeah, it
Be
was
happy
just
with that, would
outside, just a field, just get
There
cooled
was
down.
an interesting thing I saw that, and I can't remember the figures, but somebody had worked out how much energy was being wasted in the world by people just adding "please" at the end of a question to AI, because it's got to compute and read "please." And
so I've used, as I say, I've used it a few times, but I definitely think I'm on the list for Skynet when it comes round and takes over the world, because I've
argue with it.
I've argued with it, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is shit. Like, what kind of stuff is that? And it apologises, but I know I'm definitely getting put on a killer list.
You're on the list.
when the robots rise, I am taken out.
I could tell all these stories now. I've retired, but we were at a job once, and I was just talking with somebody, and it was the age-old question: can you commit suicide with a shotgun? So, because of the length of the barrel, can you reach the trigger? So we said, "Oh, let's say hi," and then next minute we're getting all these fucking like adverts for Samaritans and "Are you all right?" So, no, it's a professional question. We're not thinking about it. It's a professional question. We need to work it anyway. There we go. David Humphreys, what is the one period of history that leaves you cold and disinterested? Mine is feudal Japan.
Really?
Dark
Ages. I'd say mine is Dark Ages, early medieval. I'd say mine is probably American Civil War. I just have no interest in it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's because it's an American thing. I've just, I've watched, Civil War from Ken Burns, the documentary, despite all its issues, and I enjoyed it. I've watched some of the films, enjoyed them, but nothing. I don't want to game it. Don't want to know anything more about it. Just not interested.
I always find difficulty with periods where there's a massive disparity between the weapons. So, Crimean War is a prime example where you have the French, British allies all with breech loading rifles.
Breech loaders, yeah.
Which have a massively longer range than the Russians, who all have muskets. So, if you play the game, you just march up, you're in range, the Russians aren't, fire until they're dead. Or colonial wargaming, where you've got Maxim machine guns and the locals have got sharpened fruit. It's like, not interested.
Most of it is anything pre-1500s, probably. I don't really have much interest. It doesn't mean I wouldn't game it, but if I was to specifically say something that just doesn't interest me, is like when I see like biblical stuff. I have no interest in that. I've seen some.
Yeah, I'm the same again. Yeah, ancients. From a wargaming point of view. Yeah,
I probably
I'm interested
would do
in it
some
from an
ancients,
archaeological
but
point of view,
biblical,
not from a gaming point of view.
Jeez, the biblical stuff. I'm just like pre-Roman or whatever. Even pre-Greek, I have some interest in probably the Greek stuff, but pre that, I'm just kind of like, no.
I tend to be interested in the people when it comes to ancient stuff. So Alexander the Great, Caesar, Mark Antony, all those people, sort of the changeover from the Republic. I'm interested in that rather than the period itself.
I'm more interested in the domestic side of it from an archaeological point of view.
Well, speaking of archaeology, the next question leads on to that. Frederick, aka Possum Lad. Not really a question, but hopefully Alex can better explain why ancient people, like in the Dark Ages, buried everything in the ground.
I've seen that question before.
I'm not even going to.
I'm sure we got
asked that. I asked Alex that last time.
Yeah, I'm not even going to dignify that with an answer.
Because I have to say, when we went to Pompeii when we were in Naples, and there's a lot of shit there. If you were an archaeologist on Pompeii, you were set for life. There's just fucking masses of it.
Well done. They have been digging it for the last 300 years.
Exactly. Get on with it.
Speed up.
Speed up. Get to the bottom
Imagine being
and write a book. So that we...
being a British archaeologist in the colonial times in Egypt. I mean, just anything you found, you're just like, that's coming back home with us.
Not just British, all Europeans. Everybody did it. Everybody always slags off the British Museum for being full of stuff, but go and look at the Ishtar Gates in the Berlin Museum, or all the treasures that are in the Louvre and things like that. They've all been scalped from across the world.
Put it in a box, bring it home. Are you gonna stop me with that sharpened fruit? No. Anyway, there's
my favourite one. Just on the back end of that is the Italian antiquarian Belzoni. He was also a circus strongman as well. But he's one that he literally blew holes into the pyramids and then wrote his name on the wall when they got in there. It's still there today. This is like 18th century, but he was stealing stuff for Italy. So was one story where they were loading stuff onto these ships. And a load of local Egyptians came down to try and stop him, and this guy was just holding him off and beating him up as they were coming at him. I can just kind of imagine, like that classic 19th century strongman with a twirly moustache, right, and the leopard skin, just beating these people as they're coming while they're loading all the stuff onto the ships. Brilliant, absolute crazy lunatic racist fascist, but one of my semi-heroes, just because of the stories that he did.
Holly Wargamer in Kent. There's going to be a rant coming up in a second. With historical rule books now breaching the £40 mark for a hardback, such as the King John supplement for Baron's War, are you more likely to consider getting PDF and printing the only need pages? Now, before we start on that question, fuck it, Baron's War. King John was a king of England. Okay, he's not a fucking faction. At no stage is a king of a country a faction. They're doing these videos at the moment going, and this is the King John faction. No, it fucking isn't. King John, king. If you're stretching,
Ken, this will wind you up.
If you're stretching, you stretch Armstrong so far that it'll fire a marble to the moon. You could get John as a faction when Richard was in the Holy Land in the Crusades and he was pretending to be king, but that's a fucking stretch. There is no way that King John is a faction. Right, go on.
I saw someone on Reddit talking about Napoleonic factions the other day.
Oh, fuck me. Fucking hell.
I'm not sure Napoleon thought he was in a faction. Here we go.
Right, there we go. I need to release.
What was the question?
Do you prefer buying PDFs because they're cheap?
Yeah.
Well, they are, but then when you get them printed, you still pay as much as you had done for a book anyway.
Yeah. Shit.
I don't.
So
I
swings and roundabouts, isn't it?
Because I'm really old. I don't take in PDFs. I don't. If I read on an electronic device, like my missus has got one of them Kindle things, it doesn't go in. I have to read a physical book.
I'm the same as you. Yeah, to concentrate on it, it's got to be something I can hold in my hands. And I've tried, I just can't do it. But to be honest, I mean, a hardback book for 40 quid, all right, it's expensive. But the thing is, the thing I always think with Wargames rules is, A, they're only producing small amounts anyway, only a few thousand. So the print runs are small, so the costs are big for the producer. It's not like people are ripping you off. Secondly, if you like those rules, you are going to read that book a lot of times. You're not just buying it and reading it once and it's going on a shelf and staying there. So I never understand this business of arguing about how expensive books are and things. It's like, you've got a choice. You don't have to buy it.
Yeah,
I think because sorry, Iain, go on.
No, it comes back to that thing about us as gamers in terms of we struggle to keep focus. So someday you could pay £40 for that book and you could play that game to dead, right? But we're in this period where it's probably always been the case for so many of the gamers. We always want to play the next game. We always you get that book. It's not that you're just paying £40. You want to buy multiple different sets of rules, and you're paying £40 every time. But that's not the guys who are making the King John rule book's fault. That's our fault that we can't retain focus for more than 5 minutes, and we want to do the next game, and we want to buy the next set of figures, and we can't. Anybody brings out a new set of rules, we're like, right, I need that set. No, Ken's complaining how many books, medieval skirmish games do we need? But people are still buying them, so clearly it's the people in the hobby's fault that they can't retain the focus to play one.
Do you know what?
Play it. They need to buy 5 of them.
If you put into AI, write me a set of medieval rules, it'll turn around and say, "Fuck off, there's too many."
I'm not adding to it. You've got to say please, though.
Do you think I'm really daft? Right. Martin Stevenson, this is the last one from Blue Sky. I wonder if that's Martin Stevenson, the legendary Geordie musician from Martin Stevenson in the mid-80s. Probably not.
Yeah, it must be. There can't be another one.
No. Have you ever looked at some of your older figures and ended up retouching them? Figures, not girlfriends. If you have, how old were the figures?
Lily Banners.
Lily Banners. Massive Lily Banners. Oh, she's lovely. She's got massive Lily Banners. Oh, dear.
Yes, short answer.
No.
You know, figures that I've had like 20 years that I didn't paint particularly
I've repainted other, like maybe the same figure, but not just to see the difference in the quality. But I've not touched.
It was some old Soviet Peter Pig stuff and German stuff that I got years ago, and I just basically went back and highlighted it, and that was it, because I didn't do it first time round.
It's got to say it's not something I've done. I don't remember doing it.
It's kind of really only when I dug them back out again, more than anything else. They'd sat in a box for 20 years, and I thought, I'll use these for this game, and I realised that, you know, they weren't painted to the same standard as the stuff that I've been painting more recently. So I just brought them up a bit and just added a bit of tonal variation onto them. That was it.
Cool. Right, we are now onto Facebook, and we've got fucking loads of them. So, right.
Thin it out.
Thin it out. Yeah, we're going to go. What we're going to do is we're going to go.
Put it as a poll and come back to us.
We're going to go till 10 o'clock at the latest. There you go. So Dave Woodward.
My wife will appreciate it.
Dave Woodward, and this is another classic fucking idiots on the Facebook group. Dave asked the question.
Somebody else
about
answered.
3 or 4 people have answered it. It's like, and I was tempted to go back and go, no, it's for the fucking podcast, you fucking idiot.
No, there's another one that's.
Oh, Jesus, man. Anyway, Dave Woodward, if you were a biscuit, what would it be? Garibaldi.
Of course. Oh, I don't know. The party ring.
Custard cream.
Custard cream. Is there any particular shortbread? Surely.
Shortbread. Yeah.
Scotland.
Caramel wafers.
Caramel wafers, tea cakes.
The king of biscuits.
Caramel.
I think we're coming up to Scotland in July before we go to Claymore. I don't know yet. Don't know. I've yet to book it. But I always look forward to my first curried Scotch pie. But I can't remember the name of the company who makes them. This
McGee's probably.
Yeah, they have like Scotch pies and then do a curried Scotch pie.
Oh, Scotch.
I was thinking that it was a Scotch pie in a curry, not a curry in the actual
Bell's.
pie.
Bell's. It's Bell's.
Yeah.
It's Bell's.
They do a Scotch curried pie. And it's like,
that's niche cuisine, that.
The butchers do a lot of different ones. So my local butcher, they do chicken tikka pies with a curry in it, and they do a kebab pie with a doner. Nice. It's got the doner in it.
Oh.
It's no different from like the last time I was down in York, and I went, in the Shambles, there's a pie shop that sells pies with everything in it. I got venison and black pudding.
True.
I had curry pies there and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm just thinking of doner kebab in a pie. I don't know.
It's actually quite nice. They sell them at the football and everything.
Surprisingly, I agree with you. I bet it is very nice. I can't imagine the thought processes that put those two together.
It's like it's Wigan, isn't it? Where they have the Wigan pie, where it's a pie in a sandwich. Yeah,
Well, they do that here
a roll.
A rolling pie. Yeah, you can have a rolling pie. It has to be a Morton's roll. So there's a thing in Scotland. We've got these different types of rolls. So in Glasgow, we've got these crispy rolls, and you don't get them past Hart Hill. Like when I'm working in Edinburgh, you will not get that roll that we get in Glasgow. They have a soft morning roll.
Morning roll.
Ours is Morton's roll. And I know you guys down past Adrian's will give them all sorts of different names.
Batches, barns.
When I was in Newark, when I was at Partizan one year, I went in to get what I call a rolling sausage, and the guy says, "Can I get a sausage cob?" And I was like, "What the fuck is that? What the fuck is a sausage? What the fuck?" I'm like, I don't know what to ask for here. What the fuck's a sausage cob?
It's the first question that students always ask each other on the first day of university. What do you call a bread roll? Because they're all from all over the country. Everybody has a different name for it. Roll, bap, whatever.
Barms.
Yeah, barms.
Baps.
It's just a bit completely fucking different in Yorkshire.
Yeah, the same in Glasgow. You'll get your baps out. You'll get your baps out. Will get you in a lot of trouble off the women.
A slap, a drink in the face at least.
A header.
Yeah. As we say on this show, get your lily banners out. Tom McKinnell, are there any areas? Yeah. Are there any eras you feel uncomfortable for moral or emotional reasons not playing? I think we've answered this one before.
I think we probably have. Yeah. I can't remember. I think I said I think you and Iain were kind of on the same side with this. It was like more like modern, some of the more dodgy things that were happening in the Second World War, and also very modern stuff where we know people personally that's been involved in them.
I've got a whole load of modern figures now. I'm tempted to go and play Afghanistan.
Change your mind.
I changed my mind until I'll probably play it, and then I'll probably
So the next one is James Ray. I think this one is mostly for me, but please feel free to chip in. You've got an enviable reputation. You'll go a fucking long way, you will, James, for putting on enormous visually exciting games. Is it still fashionable? Is it fuck if I'm involved? Or is it a reflection of your background as a gamer? Yes, to answer the question there. I've started on big tables, so I can appreciate it. I think I've answered it there, haven't I? As we move more and more to smaller games and down to skirmish level, how do you feel about that? I fucking started a podcast to moan about it.
That's how strongly he feels about it.
Yeah. And if you listen to the...
sharp about it since it. 85 episodes. 5 years.
If you ask the question, if you listen to the previous bit, me talking about medieval skirmish rules, you will know exactly where I am coming from.
Doesn't worry me. I like both.
There's a place for both.
Yeah, one's in the bin. It's a fucking tiny.
I don't think you fit all those figures in.
It's a fucking tiny little bin like that for the figures, and a fucking massive bin for the terrain. Right, Jeff. This is a very quick one. We've done this one before. Jeffrey Thieps, if you had to choose a single figure size scale for everything, what would it be and why? 28 because it rules.
54
mil because it rules.
Oh, 20.
Now this next one is an interesting question on similar vein and similar standard to the Flying Pickets question. Alison Moye, who did the best version of Don't Go. It's on a line of that, and it's who do you fancy more? And this is going to be interesting for me, and I know where I'm going with this. Kim Wilde or Claire Grogan?
Well, I saw that question. I had to look up Claire Grogan. And
Scottish.
and I'm okay. And as I'm not like 90, neither of them.
Well, I have to say, and hopefully Mrs. Riley's not always watching, but Kim Wilde, from about 1989 to about 1995, is just the sexiest woman in the world. She's just gorgeous. She's gone off a bit now. She's gardening and shit, but she is 78.
Kim Wilde, because Claire Grogan's a Celtic fan.
Is she?
Aye.
What was that? What was that? Oh, Gregory's Girl was the film that she was first in. Have you not seen Gregory's Girl?
Was she?
Yeah, she was.
She's not the girl. She's not the girl.
Is she not?
No.
Well,
She might be in it, but it's not. She's not the main. She's not the main girl.
She not? Oh, well, she's not. Oh.
Well, I'm going to say Kim Wilde because
Claire
Kim
Grogan,
Wilde
isn't it?
Yeah. Kim Wilde did Kids in America, which Lawnmower Death did a cover of. So
did they?
I'm more of a blonde. I'm more of a blondie kind of guy, but yeah, Kim Wilde was.
Yeah, Craig Grogan.
Yeah, but I don't think she's not the main girl. I think
No, Dee Hepburn is the main girl.
Yeah.
How many hit singles called Happy Birthday did Dee Hepburn have?
This is topical, isn't it?
It is.
I'm sure the wargaming audience are loving this.
Well, we're going to love the next one. Edison Wilson, another one that I'll just answer straight away with, and then you fucking can talk about it. Considering there are millions of historical battles, why don't more people use them as the basis for their games rather than some made-up scenarios? Because they're fucking idiots. Because they play with points or some shit.
Well, it's effort, though, isn't it, as well, to research them and to find out the oops.
Lazy people. People who can't work out whether a set of rules becomes A to K, A to J, or K to Z.
Well, I'm doing the Battle of Falkirk and the Orbats for that. I've got about 6 different contradictory Orbats for just for the government side.
There you go. That answers that.
It does. Sean McLaughlin from the bunker, lowering the tone. How much Wargames related stuff do you really need? Over the years, I've cleared several houses of very large collections.
As much as you can cope with, as much space as you've got.
I'm not one of these defeatist people who thinks I'm going to die tomorrow. I need to get rid of stuff. I'm going to live forever and cut off the head of that fucking bloke in Highlander and be immortal.
I do worry about if I had to move, though. I've got so much up the loft, and my wife is always like, "What's up there?" I'm like, "Don't worry." Just the Christmas decorations and all the camping gear. Don't worry about the kids' clothes for when they were babies. Don't worry about it. And it's just, I go up to it and I'm like, oh fuck.
We've been talking about it and but I don't like it because it's like we're moving to our death home. So yeah, we've been talking about it recently. And the thought of moving all my Wargame stuff is.
It's frightening, isn't it? We moved everything into here just a couple of years ago, and it was an effort. And I have nowhere near as much stuff as you do, Ken.
Yeah. And you think when my mate Dave passed away, 3 or 4 years ago now, I brought all his stuff here, and I was, quite reluctant to give some of it away because it was like it's his and he's bequeathed it.
Yeah.
It got to the point where I just really couldn't cope with having it all here anymore. Just wasn't room for it with my stuff.
Yeah.
So it is I'm not thinking about dying. There we go. Sigur Swall, do you have music on whilst wargaming? If so, do you feel obliged to make it fit the period or setting, or do you use it as psyop to irritate your enemy?
No, I don't. But when I used to game with my mates a while ago, I used to put on like what I call bleepy Nintendo music, and that used to wind me up because I couldn't concentrate on the game.
Was that his tactic?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
What a bastard! What an absolute bastard! It drives me nuts occasionally people will do it, and I'll live with it for about 30 seconds. Like put some flute and drum music on, not drum and bass, flute and bass, during an AWI game or something like that. And I can live with it for about a minute, and then that's it.
You've had enough.
It's like no.
Yeah, the novelty wears off. I've done it. I've done it when I've played here, and you play Muskets and Talks. You've got French Indian War. You get Dougie MacLean's The Gale on. You're like, yeah, and then you're like, yeah, that's it. We'll just stop playing the music now. That's after a while.
It fits into the same category as those little flashing lights for the musket firing. It's all right to start with this. Oh, fuck off!
Well, yeah, I get that way with bits of terrain. Oh, you're like, you get that tree. Just fuck it off the table. Just get out of the way. Pretend there's a tree there.
Right, absolutely.
It looks good for the photo, and then the convenience goes out the window after turn 2. You're just like, fuck off.
Karen Leonard asks, and this is going to generate some swearing, the new 11th edition of Warhammer 40k is up for pre-order this week. Which faction or factions will you be playing?
Well, of course, obviously, just Space
11th.
Marines.
Fucking
11th, yeah.
Fucking non-rock. Everyone knows the story of the
I've never once played it, but I remember going to Warhammer World and I seen there was like one of the displays, and if I was to pick anything, it would be the ones it's a wolf one.
The wolf,
Space
Marines,
them
Space
guys.
Wolves,
They looked pretty cool. They looked pretty cool. But 11th edition, I was listening to the PCP guys the other night, and Steve was talking about 2nd edition. No,
Rogue Trader, the original.
Yeah, it must have been. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's been working on that at the moment. Yeah, that's back in like late 80s. It must have been.
I feel bad about writing a version 2 of Border Wars. Going, people have bought version 1 now. I'm hitting them with version 2. How do I make it so much different? And they're hitting it with version 11.
Shocking, isn't it? Do they have Nazi robots?
I don't know. Probably.
I've got a Nazi robot here, man.
Oh
God! Of course he has.
I did a Nazi robot for a Captain America game. A pulp, like a pulp.
Not like that Conflict 47 where.
No.
It was really
it was
not Nazi robots.
No, it was
Just a rift in time, and there's something else, and we're not Nazis anymore.
I was doing a
Nazis. It's really
Pulp Alley game.
Yeah.
Captain America fighting Nazis.
And winning, obviously.
Always.
You'd assume so.
That's what I'm saying. So I know I won't be buying little spidery things or little. I'm going to amaze people with my knowledge now. Tau, that's the robots.
You can buy
no better than I do.
One of my mates, Carl, he's right into the Quar stuff.
Oh, that's ducks with guns.
Wargames and Atlantic, I think, isn't it?
It's like I think they've done stuff Wargames Atlantic, but I think it's like kind of.
Oh, is it a separate thing?
I think it's everyone kind of got involved. Like loads of people do it. I don't think anyone owns the IP. They're like World War I anteaters or something like that. They look like anteaters. I don't know what they are.
Yeah,
but it's World War One.
I refer the listeners to our Who Wants to Be a Wargames Millionaire episode when we generated a number of sets of rules. Paul Robinson, what do you do with the sprues from plastic figures? Recycling them isn't an option, I understand. So how do we dispose of them responsibly?
Responsibly. I thought they were recyclable.
They're not.
I thought that was. Are they not at all?
No.
Some people use them for rubble and things, don't they? They split them up. I sometimes use them like as a paint stick, glue stuff on them.
I don't know if you see the shell splashes for the 1700 ships.
Oh yeah,
they're made out of plastic sprues.
Oh okay. Well, just melted and
you kind of put a section of them together, and then glue the bottom bit, and then you heat them up, and then fold them down, and then you put a clear bathroom sealant around them.
Right.
Dry brush them well. They look amazing. They look absolutely amazing. Really do.
Try and keep my thinking to a minimum on a daily basis. I just bin them.
Yeah.
I seen it.
Can't speak eating.
I seen a guy on. I just seen a video on Facebook, and the guy made a 40k stickman from one of them. It was quite fun.
Really?
He basically made the stickman, and he gave him like a Space Marine gun and a Space Marine helmet.
I think you'll find it's called a bolter.
A what?
A bolt gun.
All right. It's not a gun. Right. Okay. Don't know. Is that a laser gun?
I just set fire to them and let all the toxic fumes go off.
Yeah. Just
Get high off it.
Just sit in the room.
Oh, dear me. George Breeze, what is the best and worst display of sportsmanship you've seen on the Wargames table?
We're playing a game of Algae. Algae pulls it off, First World War aerial dogfighting games. And it was one chap's turn. And I think I went to the toilet. Somebody else went to the bar. By the time we'd come back, he'd managed to get himself perfectly into the best position on the game table to get in onto a tail of somebody else's aeroplane. And nobody's seen it. So
I've had that.
Kind of just think. And another one was this was a good one. At Joy of Six, I put on a game of Battle of Britain using Bag the Hun, and one guy joined us early on, and he was using the British attacking these German bombers, and his Hurricanes. He's got 3 Hurricanes, and they'd just been tailed by 3 Messerschmitts. 2 of them had been shot up, not badly, but they'd been shot up. But then these other 2 guys who'd never played Bag the Hun before, and they'd actually been in contact with me before and said, they're looking forward to playing it. They came and sat down, and he said, do you want to take these 3 Hurricanes? It's like, you've got them into this bad situation. This is your problem. You're sorting it out. You can't just let these new guys just turn up. That's a worst way to put somebody off playing a game. But yeah, they're my 2 examples. They stick out anyway.
Yeah, I've had the toilet one, and then another one I mentioned before was getting an introductory game to Saga and not telling me the rules. And when we switched over, it was like, these guys do all these wonderful things. Like, why the fuck do you not tell me that?
It's just, when you gotta be like that to play to win a game of Toy Soldiers. I mean, there's something wrong with you, I think, isn't there?
Well, I've had another one when I played a Star Wars game, and it wasn't necessarily bad, but it was I didn't know certain things. Like with the Star Wars games, there's certain rules that you get with the different boxes, and I didn't know that. I'd played just the standard, and I only play it because I like Star Wars. And then I played one of the clubs, and he's like, because I own this Hoth box set, I get extra speeders. And I was like, all right, okay. I didn't know that, because I'm like, I don't buy the Hoth set because they play in the snow, and that's not what I'm doing. And then it was like, but he's like, I've got these extra speeders, and he literally annihilated me by turn 2. I was like, yes, this wasn't fun. See you later.
I won't be doing this again.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
Oh dear. Right. Martin Kelly, guest of the show on a couple of occasions, has got quite a sensible one. Alex Sotheran recently did a YouTube where he discussed recent findings at the location of Bosworth. Is that right? I missed that one.
Yeah. I just put it out on Tuesday. It was a slight under the radar one when the numbers show it.
Oh well, listen to it. There's another the 3 people who were left listening. I'll jump on that. And I did a podcast about the raid on the Isle of Wight. Given unlimited funds, where would you like to commission an archaeological dig?
Well, I've already dug the places I want to dig, which is the First World War trenches. But I've always said if I had the money and the time, I would start in the Belgian coast and excavate all the way down to the Swiss border, the entire front line of the Western Front.
That'd take a while.
It certainly would. It certainly would.
Ian?
I probably don't have anything in particular. I recently watched one of the videos with Tony Pollard in terms of Culloden, and it's obviously about the whatever side of the line that you're on, but the other half of the battlefield on the other side of the road is kind of not under National Trust limit of what they determine as a battlefield. They know that it is, but it doesn't come under their remit. Maybe something over there to see if there's anything that they can find. I know most of the battle is on the site for the National Trust, but if there's potentially stuff over there that we just don't know about. Or, the thing is, sorry, there you go.
No, go on.
I was going to say one, and it always fascinated me, and it comes back to what you're saying in terms of World War One. When I used to always go over to the Somme with my dad, we would go to Highwood, and I know it's been untouched. And it's always like, and I was, for me as a kid, we would go to the HLI memorial at Highwood. I'd stand next to it, tower over it, because it's one of the Bantam divisions. I think it's only about 5.5 foot in height, and I tower over this thing because that was the average height. Every one of those stones actually came from Culloden as well, because there was a Highwood in Culloden, and when they did the memorial at Highwood on the Somme, they went to Highwood in Culloden and got the stones and took them to France, and they built that memorial. But it was always that case of that wood is untouched, it's all fenced off, you can't go into it. And I was like fascinated by that, just like, geez, that must be so dangerous. Can we go in? No. Of course you can.
I forgot to mention it earlier when you mentioned the Somme. I'm heading over to the Somme with the lads from Little Wars TV in a couple of weeks.
I keep wanting to go back. My dad doesn't want to go back. My dad basically went every year for about 35 years consistently, and he's now getting on. He's not doing as well health-wise. And I've said the last time we took him over, we drove. Didn't have the boys at the time, so I've always said I want to take the boys over. And we asked my dad, would he want to go back over? And he says no, because he feels as though it would never. That would be his last time. He's not closing that door, but he's like, that will be my last time. And he's like, I don't want. He's like, I don't know. So
I don't want to think about it like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
because my dad got, when you're over, you should go to the church in Otwell. So the memorial on Otwell, my dad actually got commissioned to do 15, 16, 17 HLI.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So it's on the side of the church, and right on the other side, it's in the memorial to the Northumbrians, to the Geordies that were beside them, because it was basically on the first day, it was the Glasgow guys and Northumbrians in the Ulster division that went over the top at the same bit.
Yeah.
Round about Teatval.
Well, we are going up to Teatval, so I'll have a look.
Yeah, so it's the village of Otwell. It's a church. There's a memorial to the HLI. It is actually I always put it up every first of July, but one of the quotes was actually said by one of the ministers in Glasgow in terms at the memorial for the Highland Division, or the HLI, should I say.
I would do an archaeological dig where I walk my dog, because I lost my back door key about a year ago.
I was going to say, though, with archaeology and with battlefields, it's very difficult to actually identify battlefields through archaeology, apart from things like where you have loads of earthworks, like the trenches of the First World War. Like Culloden and stuff, you're going to find little bits and pieces, but most battlefields from that period and previously, I said this in the video anyway, but they get completely cleaned out.
Yeah.
So you find very, very little. There were no trenches at Culloden.
Yeah.
So all you're going to find is musket balls and stuff that's been dropped.
Nah, 100%.
And it's always small stuff that's been dropped. I'm just using that as an example. So from an archaeological point of view, battlefields are generally pretty scant of any kind of artifactual evidence and, actual archaeological evidence as well.
I suppose when you're looking for things like missiles and stuff and musket balls, it's where they land, it's not where they're fired from.
That's it, yes. Yeah, they're not generally dropping them with their feet. It's it's where, but you can then, you can see, you can take things from it, because you can see how the battle develops and how things move about and stuff, and probably where firing lines were and things like that. You can get inferences and stuff. But from an archaeological point of view, you're not going to find a huge amount of stuff.
Well, that's Tony Pollard's done the stuff up at Culloden where they did the whole thing about the redcoats put the Jacobites in the barn and burning them, and then he did the dig on it and says, I can tell you right now, there's not been a fire here.
Mm-hmm.
No, you could tell from the earth. He's like, there's not a trace of a fire.
You would get a layer of burning in the ground that you would be able to identify.
Right, so about 15 minutes left, so we'll try and get some more in. Ken Hanning. Hi, Ken. Hope you're doing well, mate. Who's the single most influential historical war game of all time?
Ken. Riley.
Yeah, this Ken.
I get Peter Gilder.
There are different types of influence.
Yeah, I think
I'd say Donald Featherstone.
Don Featherstone.
For me.
Gilder.
I think up this way, probably because of the kind of 18th century battles, Charles Grant.
Charles Grant. So classic answers there.
Yeah.
Nobody said the bloke who did the medieval skirmish rules, did they?
Let it go.
Well, no, it's because there's thousands of them. It's not just one. It's like AI, just breeding everywhere. Write me a set of war games. Fucking no, I'm not doing that. People like AI enough. I'm not writing a bloody set of medieval war games rules as well. Pablo Branston, endless budget question again. Not fucking Ridley Scott, obviously, but what historic battlefield or campaign would you love to see a movie made of?
I'd like to see a First World War movie that doesn't have it pissing it down with rain and everybody getting killed at the end.
Something English Civil War, maybe Marston Moor, but I would like to see a good adaptation of an English Civil War. Something like, what was it, Artisti? The 30 Years War one, Vito Morgeson, and the way that the pipe block and all that was shot to shit with the cannons. Something English Civil War for me. Or maybe Jacobites, but yeah, I don't think that's as exciting as English Civil War, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's no surprises for me. It'd be Pavia, Italian Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Very underrepresented in the movie world. For obvious reasons.
It's crazy, like so much of our history in this country is forgotten about, out with maybe World War II, sometimes World War I.
Yeah,
So
I tell you who is doing a really good thing of it at the moment is kind of the Baltic countries and
Russia.
Russia
love a movie.
The Norwegians, Swedes, Finns, that sort of people. I watched a really good movie, and I can't remember what it was called, but it was about them moving the Norwegian gold when the Germans invaded. It's on Netflix. Okay. Really, really good film.
So I've been going through a thing at the moment, and it's a lot of the Danish movies.
Oh yeah, they've done a lot, haven't they?
Is it 1865? I'm going to watch. I think I started it before, and I'm going to watch it. Try and watch it all again.
Oh, it's like a series, isn't it?
The Silesian War, just before the Franco-Prussian War, I think it is.
I won't tell you how it ends.
The Danish one. The Danish stopped them, didn't they? Well, I think they did. I'm pretty sure they did.
No, watch it.
Don't know.
It's very sad.
But I think they lost some parts because I know that Altena, it's in Hamburg, that used to be Danish. And obviously it comes Flensburg and all that. They were all Danish, weren't they, at one point?
I hate those films where they have a cute little animal at the start and you think you're not going to fucking kill that, are you? You're not going to kill that, are you? My missus always goes, if that little goat dies, we're not watching it anymore.
But I thought of another answer. My other answer would be to resurrect Kubrick and get him to make the Napoleon film that he was going to make.
Yes.
Because that would be amazing.
Did he do the 7 Years War one? Which named Barry Lyndon.
Barry Lyndon. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. I went to see that at the cinema the other day.
Yet to see that.
I saw it at the cinema. I've not seen it until last year. Absolutely amazing.
He did the Duelist as well, didn't it?
No, that's Ridley Scott.
Oh, was it? All right. Yeah. How the fuck did he do that and do the current shit that he does?
less said, the better.
That was a good film, The Duelist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Napoleon wasn't.
But you've not even started on the Odyssey, Ken. Is it because does that not come under your interest?
Is that that new one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, mate.
Agamemnon's basically Batman.
I mean, how dare they fictionalize a fictional story? Unbelievable.
Agamemnon.
Is it not true? Is it not true? I thought they dug them up.
Yeah.
I thought they were. They buried everything and they dug it up.
He buried himself so he could be a time capsule to be found.
I don't think I'll be watching it. I don't think I'll be watching it. There are limits. Right. Very close to the end now. Jeffrey Smith. I started my wargaming journey with simpler rules before moving on to more complicated and realistic rules. Now he finds himself drifting back to simpler type rules. Is this something you recognise, or is it just his overwhelming sense of nostalgia?
Well, it depends, doesn't it? Because a lot of rules are more simplified and streamlined these days. Like you don't have the Bruce Reed Taylor tables anymore. But, and I mentioned this previously, like in something like Chain of Command, you have the complexity of decision.
Yes.
So the basic rules are simple. You hit on a 4, you kill them on a 5 or a 6. You can hold that in your head, but it's the decisions that you're making which is the complexity of the rules, not the armor penetrating value of something hitting something at 45-degree angles or 37-degree angle or whatever it is. That bit doesn't matter so much. It's the complexity of command. So there's still complexity in them, even though the rules themselves are simple. And that's what I look for in sets of rules.
But
that's my answer.
That's your answer. Very good.
Serious answer.
Serious answer. My serious answer is I've done a recent survey of the intelligence levels of wargaming players, and it's fucking dropped off a cliff.
Did they realise they were being surveyed?
They didn't realise it. That's one of those double-blind scientific surveys. Very clever I am, People didn't realise. I'm just commenting on this post because I think I need to put sharp practice in A to J. Is my intelligence level being surveyed? Sorry, Ian, you had a sensible answer.
No, I found myself probably going more, not necessarily simpler, but looking for more ease. And as I was saying to Alex, we're kind of using a free set of rules for the Jacobite game that we're doing. It's a guy, Jay White, and he publishes the rules on his website for free, and they're like 4 pages. But he's got it for different periods, and we have used it for different periods: American Civil War, 7 Years' War. And he's also got American War Independence. So I've kind of adapted them for the Jacobite stuff, and that's because it's something that the guys that we're gaming with, you kind of know the same kind of rules, but you can kind of change the flavour a little bit to make it more period. And it just makes it nice and simple, and you're not having to go, because it's one of these things you go, somebody, pick up these rules, and you go, fucking need to learn another set of rules. Now you need to get somebody else to get involved, and you need to get them to read them, and you need to get them to like them, and you might like them, and then you don't actually, you've just wasted your time. So we've got like these simple set of rules that we kind of enjoy, and we can actually adapt it for different periods and still enjoy it.
I find it harder now. I find it harder to learn new rules now. But I do find the massive advantage we have now is that people do videos of people playing games. And I find that so much more easier to learn from watching somebody show me than it is from reading through pages of unintelligible text and with loads of pictures.
Yeah.
But I do find it a lot easier watching somebody play a game.
Yeah. It visualizes it better for you, doesn't it? Because it's hard to get it sometimes when you just read on the flat page.
Yeah, very much so. This is an Irish name, which I should be able to pronounce, but I can't. O'Keelag Mech. What's your most regrettable impulse buy, or one that's turned out surprisingly well? don't think I've had any big impulse buys of Wargames figures. The
No,
biggest
I don't.
regret I have is sometimes, very rarely, but I sometimes try buy painted figures. Don't do it very often, but sometimes something will look similar to my style of painting, and it's an all right price. Bloody Yorkshire, I'm not spending any bloody rash. And I'll bid on them, and I'll put what I think is a reasonable bid in on eBay or wherever, and I lose, and that's my regret. I regret losing and should have paid more for them. But I'm a tight twat, so I didn't.
Yeah, I generally plan what I'm buying. You know, I usually have an idea, so it's not as though I don't buy on impulse. That's what I say when I go to salutes or I go to parties. The only thing I buy is a sandwich, because unless there's something very specific that I want from it, I don't go around the show to buy stuff. You know what I mean? So I don't do it in everyday life either. I know what I want, so I kind of I'll have that.
I've got several boxes of games in my loft that I've bought on Kickstarter, and they probably take about a year to get delivered. And once you get them, you ask anyone if they want to play them, they say no. And then the game just sits in the cellophane and still in my loft for about 5 years, and you're just like, what the fuck did I do with this?
I at least try to play them at least once.
I just don't have the time.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, isn't it?
Right. I'm going to try and get these 3 questions so we finish this page off. Callum Dunleavy. Detectorist was a huge TV hit and increased exposure for that hobby. Would a Wargames Club sitcom have similar impacts for our hobby, and who would you pick to star in it?
Well, it's already been done, hasn't it, Callum, in the 70s?
Yes. Yeah,
Edward Woodward. It wasn't a comedy, but it was a TV show, wasn't it?
I think
I don't know.
I think with the right writers, you could make a really good comedy show about a Wargames Club.
I think you could, but I think it would run out of steam pretty quick.
Yeah.
You'd probably get a series out of it.
Yeah.
And after that, it's like you kind of treading water in.
There's not much. I don't think there's much.
There isn't much to the hobby, to be fair. Yeah.
I think about when I used to go to one of the Glasgow clubs, and we used to joke. There was a bunch of Dale, as Lindy's no longer with us, and these guys, they played 20mm World War II, and they used to turn up and they would have these huge tables and they'd set it all up, and I don't think they ever played a game. I'm like
just sit looking at it.
Every second Sunday they would turn up and do the exact same thing, and they would talk about World War II and love it, and I'm like, it's not exactly exciting, is it?
To them, Ian, it must have been. Otherwise,
but,
it wouldn't be
but
doing
I'm talking
it,
about as a TV show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They loved it, but nobody's going to enjoy watching those guys set up the table and then.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, Detectorists, they moved around. They went to different places, so you could, they found different sites. Whereas with Wargamers, we go to the same places, play the same people, generally play the same games. So yeah, it's.
Well, Detectorists, I thought, was more about the characters. It was more about It was more about friendship than it was about Detectorists.
Yes, so it was just a vehicle, wasn't it, for them two to be on screen together.
Yeah, if you can write the characters, I think you could get something out of it. And you could have, 2 really nasty ones like the Simon and Garfunkel ones in Detectorists who were like the points players, the DBA players, or something like that.
The problem is, though, it'd be a little bit too niche for people to understand, wouldn't it? Those kind of those niggles that we have.
Yeah, it was in an episode of. Oh, it was a BBC detective show about old new tricks, and Memory Lane. I can't remember was the detective in it, and he was involved in a Wargames, or there's a murder at a Wargames club or something like that in New Tricks. That one's worth looking up.
I think I did watch it on YouTube a couple of years ago when you may have mentioned it previously.
So there's that one. But it'd be a struggle, but it would be fun.
Yeah,
it would be fun, and obviously us 3 would star in it. We would be,
of course,
and Sean would come along as well. And the main characters.
Gogglebox for Wargamers.
There was a break in recording there, but this will be seamlessly stitched together, like a medieval operation.
Don't spoil the magic, Ken.
So, just got a couple of questions left before we end. So, Steve Pickstock, most rules have a rally mechanism stopping troops that rout from fleeing the table. However, it's normally an on-off switch, i.e. all or nothing. Would rallying not be better if the mechanism was a percentage function? When you rally your troops, you might get some stop running, or all or none, or as a result across the spectrum. Would this be more or less representative, or just a mess?
The latter. It's bookkeeping, isn't it?
It can get, because I certainly remember from years ago, you would always try and rally your troops and you'd bring them back and they'd be fucked and they'd get one sniff of grape shot and they'd be off again. So is it worth it for the volume amount of time it takes to work out all the factors and the rallying and the free hacks you get when you're pursuing one? Is it worth all of that just to get a knackered unit of 4 figures back?
The big question is, how many times in history did it happen?
You
know, when units and armies start to rout, they start to rout. You know, the rot sets in, doesn't it? I mean, look at Napoleon's army after Waterloo. You know, after the Guards started to get battered, how many of those, you know, came back into the line of battle to fight again in any way? So,
I think you more often see like at Waterloo, a last stand of those who are brave enough to remain, rather than a rallying of those who've already run away and come back.
Exactly.
We do get it sometimes, but I don't think it's a common thing.
I guess if you want it in rules, add it. Just do it. Come up with something. No, the rules don't have it, and you do think it's a factor. Do it, but
it's just going to be a lot of bookkeeping.
As you say, how often does it happen? God, there's so many battles. They're talking about commanders and stuff leaving the field and not knowing the outcome of the battle. They thought it was lost, and they actually won.
we do it a bit with Italian wars, but it was kind of a thing anyway, where people would charge forward on their massive steel-covered horses, and then come back to their own lines because they're absolutely fucked, and they've run out of the land. The little balsa wood lance is no longer working, so they come back, have an ice cream, coffee, macchiato or whatever it is, get a new lance off Page Boy and go back in again. But that's not really a rallying. That's a
tactic.
Yeah,
that's a tactic of the time, isn't it? Because they've done their thing. They got tired. They've gone back and then regrouped. They've not been chased off the field.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and similar, I suppose, for post Dark Ages warfare, where there would be a lull in the fighting. As people, again, I can't remember what book I read. It might have been Andy Johnson's book about the Wars of the Roses and how they would fight for an extended period of time and then back off each other and rest and then go in again and until one side got knackered, I suppose. There you go. Right, I'm going to make this final question because it ends on a sheet, and I do apologise to all the people who've given us questions. We might do an autumn brews and use these questions. That would be an idea. So the final question, I'm going to leave this to friend of the show, Dave Manley, and it's a nice, quick, straightforward one, I hope. If you were a space on a Monopoly board, which one would it be and why?
Go to jail.
Go to jail. I've retired from that now. I don't do that anymore.
I don't know.
I think I'd be Old Kent Road because I'm cheap. And I'm a bit I'm old and I'm a bit ragged at the edges and my underpants are brown.
I'm trying to remember some of this, but I've not played Monopoly in a while. My kids don't take well to it.
There's the waterworks and the electricity company and
free parking.
It's perfect for Scotsmen. Tight of the fucking Yorkshireman.
Trying to remember the stations. What stations have you got?
Marylebone, Liverpool Street,
Fenchurch.
yeah,
King's Cross. Go with King's Cross.
Cross.
You can get a train. You get a train from Glasgow to there.
Do you know what's disappointing with King's Cross these days? It's when you used to walk out of there in the 80s, there was a choice of about 7 or 8 prostitutes just offering themselves. And now they've cleaned it up and they're nowhere to be seen. On that bombshell.
Yes.
I can't remember what train station it is. But I always remember the very first time I went down. My dad used to go to London all the time. The very first time my dad ever took me, and he says, "If you ever meet a Scotsman at this train station, do not speak to them." He says, "Because they're not down here for good reasons." It's normally guys on the run or whatever. He's like, "Do not. You meet a Scotsman, don't speak to him because his reasons are not good."
I remember coming back from Salute years and years ago with going to Salute years and years ago with a group of friends, and I was stood outside. I used to smoke back in those days, so it's a long time ago, with a friend, and we got accosted by a prostitute on the way to Salute, and we kind of said, and I always wondered to this day, we said, "Oh, I'm really sorry, love," because we were just being polite. "Really sorry, love. I don't know. We're going to a Wargames show. We're going to play toy soldiers." Sex is probably out of the window, really, to be honest. Look, and she asked questions about the toy soldiers, and I didn't know because there used to be a Wargame shop just up the road from King's Cross. And I don't know whether she'd seen that and she was interested or whether she was just trying to persuade us. But 15 mil minifigs won over a knee trembler. Any day. I think it's the only time they probably would win that battle, but there you go. So it just leaves me time to thank Iain and Alex once again for coming on the show, putting up with my stories and swearing and stories of being accosted by prostitutes. Thanks, guys.
Brilliant. Thank you again.
A pleasure as always.
As always.
Lovely. Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
So there you go. That's another episode done and dusted, episode 85. It's been a long while coming, so I hope it was worth it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope somebody listened to it. I hope I didn't alienate all my viewers by insulting them at some stage during the course of that. But if you were part of and if you watched the World Cup of Historical Wargames Rules ongoing on the Facebook group, I think you will know where I was coming from. So, don't know when, don't know where, but I will be back again with another episode of Yorkshire Gamers, a Reet Big Wargames podcast at some stage in the near future. Thanks once again for listening. Listen back to some of the old episodes. Let your friends know. Share it wide, and let the Yorkshire Gamer grow. So until next time, City.